This is a Rick Code exclusive.
Don't know it at all. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I don't know about it. Ooh. Man, that boy out. Popping. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got everything.
Put my shot glass up. What I want to put in this bitch.
I'm good to go.
Can you take a shot of wine? No, I'm just fucking with you. Hell no. I'm not doing no shot of wine.
I mean, you probably could, but that's
Probably ain't gonna hit you this side. Take a shot of it right there, I think. And no, actually, might start off with that.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with that one. Woodford. Just to get that shotty feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got my man over here looking like Clyde T. Billingsworth. The third.
No, only one. The only.
Sir Chef Chadwick, House of Mormatorium.
Ooh.
And shit.
You said that shit.
And shit. You feel me?
Hey, yo.
I don't know what you looking at me for. We live.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR car pit stop. Fresh inside. Shout out to that boy DeRoe. We was just talking about you, man. Actually, you know, you heard you did your thing out of Dallas. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Clean on the inside, ice cream paint job.
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite Dallas artists.
Baby in water, that should be good. Especially when it's nice and cold like that. It's episode 21, bro.
21.
21. We damn near Savage Mode 2 too, so you know that's gonna work both ways. You know what I mean? My man over here got the ensemble with the matching cigar tops. Boy said he had to get some wine with that jacket, so he couldn't do no Quarenta with that one. Shout out to that boy 40 Water. Right on. You know what I mean? Very fine tequila, very, 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 very fine. You feel me? But yeah, no man, we back in here. December on them. You know what I'm saying? Wall to wall. We done ran pandemic for 9 months, man. Straight.
Still running.
Still running, bro. They say Biden, when he get in, he gonna be talking about a 100-day lockdown. I'm with it.
100 days mask on.
That's
mask
what
on.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you hear I was mimicking the.
I mean, shit, niggas been having masks on.
Right.
I'm saying, nah, you gotta make that shit a law.
Yeah.
100 days mask on law. That's what you gonna have to have. Cause I mean, we supposed to been had that bitch on. It been way more than 100 days at this point.
Yeah,
About
easy.
200 days
Easy.
minimum. You know what I mean? What, 90 years? But it been 200 days, 365 in the year. You feel me?
It was
well
like
over
March
200
15th or the
Right, you
16th.
feel me?
and niggas
So,
was-
and here we are. So we talking about 100 days. Yeah, that ain't gonna be the big whoop. It's gonna be whether or not you actually enforcing that shit. And I don't see motherfuckers enforcing that shit no different than they been doing.
Nope.
Because they don't want to put no laws that's gonna disproportionately impact a particular demographic.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it would do.
And then shit, niggas wasn't even like chilling at the crib when shit wasn't open. So it's like,
No, that when motherfuckers start having kickbacks, rekindling old memories and shit. You know what I'm saying? It be like that though. Motherfuckers got bored up in this bitch. Oh yeah, as we always do. Let's be quiet while he.
bro,
do
like this motherfucker is like. Look how far this bitch go down. Why? Like, why the fuck is it? And then it still got the sticker on it. You know what I was thinking about getting?
The fastest you ever did it.
Like the little spouts.
Right. It's a big ass fucking bottle.
That's a big ass bottle. That is a big ass bottle.
Yeah.
I think because it's so flat. Boy, you see a motherfucker coming at your ass with this bitch in the club. Well, look at that. Look at
Might as well just lay down now.
I'm gonna fall out and play dead, boy.
You got it, bro. That's one of them. You got it, bro.
Look at your head compared to the bottom, boy. They go, bruh. You ain't gonna never hear the sound. You ain't gonna never think right. Your shit gonna be forever discombobulated. They hit you with this hoe. This hoe made like a big ass fan, bro. That bitch gonna knock a motherfucker senseless.
If you break a
that
bottle,
bitch probably won't even crack on your head. They just hit you with it.
if you break a bottle or you pull a blade out too clean, I'm like, like,
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. You got them too. Like, what you say, bro?
like, nigga, what?
Actually, I didn't say anything.
How the hell did you?
I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to that gentleman behind you. Nigga behind me.
Nigga.
Sir, yeah, you heard me. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me, motherfucker. Quit playing.
It smells smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, damn, that's a bottle right there. Boy, that bitch still on the damn. Woo-wee. But it is podcast 21. We are officially podcasters, I feel like. At Dub 1, you know what I'm saying? We done passed the dub mark. You know, we got a dub of them things you can check out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. All of that's The Podcast on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're doing that, checking us out, showing some love. Give me some feedback. If you don't fuck with us, let us know why. So we can tell your bitch ass to shut up for that reason. But in the interim, you will still be giving feedback. It's nonetheless appreciated. What we cheersing to, man?
Alliances.
I was trying to think of how to say it.
I wasn't even gonna go there with that one.
I was trying to think of how to say it without saying it. You feel me? But I couldn't get what I wanted to, and I didn't want to get. You know what I mean? Cheers, motherfucker. See what I'm saying?
I see what the hype is
You
about.
see what I'm saying? No, I was saying, bro, I was drinking that whole, bro. Looked up like, I don't know what y'all doing that for. I ain't feel that. Did you feel that?
It's a little burn.
That be
Listen, I
strong.
ain't feel no.
Yeah, it
felt
wasn't
none
like
of
a
that.
burn. It was like you could feel it just like flowing.
I could feel the barrel going down.
I mean, I didn't even feel that. I mean, maybe that's a bad thing, but you know.
No. I'm just saying that bitch strong.
That bitch, that bitch ain't.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
It wasn't strong. I mean, I think
Y'all
it's
some
like 90
some
proof or
fucking
something. But
vets over there, cause boy,
I think that was. There's been some other ones that was like way stronger than that one, like the Duke shit and
for sure. The Duke, that Duke. You remember that Duke we had? It was like something Duke, and it was a bourbon.
the white bottle.
Yeah, that it was a bourbon named after the Duke.
okay, yeah.
The Duke. Shout out to them. You know, black on.
Been a little bit for that.
That
One.
shit was strong as hell.
Strong as a cat piss, boy. It was stronger than a goddamn pack mule up in that motherfucker. Chest burning like a motherfucker. Sipping on that shit. Sipping on the drink, sipping on the drink. Sipping on the drink, sipping on the drink. My boy bought the wine because he feeling like Tank. R&B lover. Always on the Oh, so you gonna be the struggle of this episode. Say less. Let's do it.
I am.
Shh. I don't think it open like that, Chad. You can't go right through the paper. You gonna have to.
Yeah, I gotta take that off. My bad.
It's been a long week. It feel like it probably been one of the longer we got to feel. Probably, you know, like in terms of how it been feeling, like a long ass week, bro. Like just time wise.
After the holiday and shit, like
You know that. Been a while.
yeah.
That bitch
It was a
more
long
sealed than
ass
yours.
fuck. Yeah, I need to stop doing that shit.
Double seal. Nah, they said motherfucker ain't gonna get the taste test about that hoe. Boy, pop the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
Had
niggas
to-
do be doing that shit,
Had
bro.
to be convertible Burt with it.
I went to the store the other day and I grabbed some bread, and like I didn't realize that it was open until I got to the cash register.
The bread.
Yeah, so the woman was like, "Oh, this is open," and it looked like it was like missing some.
Loaves?
Yeah, like once she like stood it back
Now
up.
let me
I was like,
find
"How
out
the
you
fuck
niggas
did
in
I
the
know?"
store making sandwiches and shit before you leave. Now don't get me wrong on that. I'm from the country, bro. Like my uncle, I got an uncle named they call him Big Frank. Everybody know him, Big Frank. You feel me? With the cocktail caviar, you know what? That might be the move. Come to think of it,
Man.
let me try that, bro.
Gotta get your shit together.
Let me throw a little wine in there with it, bro. You right. Let me see how that pull up happen. You feel me? But nah, bro, I got this uncle named Big Frank, bro. He just like that. He goes to the grocery store, get him a bag of grapes. He might eat that motherfucker before he leave.
And say it's a test.
Nah, I mean just
just
motherfucker
off
better
top?
not say nothing to him. He just, you from one of them. You know, when you from them smaller towns and shit, you got those staples of the community type of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like everybody know him. Like your granddaddy know my granddaddy, your grandma. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or he be the, you know what I mean? Cause he clean deers and shit. So he like the deer cleaner for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
They go shoot a deer. You come to his house, you gonna see them bitches hanging up.
Right.
You be done skint them hoes. You know what I mean? All of that. You feel me? See what that do.
These hoes will start soaking up everything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have
These hoes are gonna be stupid by the end.
nah, these ball right here gonna be toxic. 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 Toxic.
Telling you.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Told you. It's a dessert wine.
Yeah.
Paired good with chocolate.
Oh yeah,
sweet.
that's a bad combo right there. Nigga be so drunk out this shit.
Yeah.
Get a sipping on this hoe, won't even know. You know what I mean? Be drinking it,
20%.
bitch, and look up.
Sure.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, nah, that's a problem.
That's the Sunday killer, right?
What's
there.
that? Right.
Let me find that hoe. What
Ben
store is they? They
27?
got that hoe at like Kroger and like.
I don't know. I just took a sip. I feel like I'm feeling it. You feel
on
me?
a Sunday, my nigga.
Because I don't be drinking wine like that. I feel like that hoe hitting. You know what I mean? So,
Telling you.
now that we doing that, though, we got to try the J Prince.
Sundays.
We got to see what that J Prince hitting on, huh? That loyalty.
Is that a port? I almost grabbed that Branson today.
Cognac?
Man. Yeah.
Hey, man.
I
I
almost
heard it's
grabbed
good. I heard it's good. You feel me?
I looked at it and I was like, man, but like the bottle was like, it's not really that big. It's kind of like the size of like that wine bottle.
Sipping on the drink. Blowing on the dank.
Yeah, this good as hell right here.
Yeah, no, that's that
I
shit.
fuck with it.
Gotta get that for
I thought it was gonna be like stronger, but
Gotta get
like,
that for the lady.
Sweet.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
You sip on it. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you
Ben
sitting there right.
27, Reserve Porto.
I had to bust out that wine glass. You already know what it is. That food and wine festival.
You had to be there.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. I got mine, bro.
got mine
Barcelona.
at
But
the
on
crib.
I didn't look. I didn't want to get mine out, and then you be like, "Oh, y'all some hoe ass niggas," because now we both got one and you don't. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna sip out of this.
I got mine at the crib.
I know. I'm saying, just saying. Shit.
Anytime
I
we
got
bring
mine,
wine,
too.
to
It's
bring
right
Yeah,
there.
Anything.
I got that
Champagne?
big ass fucking the leaning glass from what was that place that we ate at Hash House?
I don't remember that one.
Hash
You
house to
wasn't
go
there.
What
Hash
was-
house to go
at
go?
Hash
I don't know.
House? Where was
Yeah,
that at?
we went and ate breakfast. I don't know where y'all niggas was at, bro. Like I think we was calling y'all and y'all didn't wake up
Yeah, I
or some
finna
shit.
say,
Yeah, it was one of
Muddy
those
shit.
mornings. Yeah.
I think it was on some muddy shit. Might have been
See,
one of
you
them
went there.
nights too when my man over here showed us a little bit of extra love. You feel me? So ain't no telling how that night went.
Can only imagine.
You feel me? Ain't no telling how that night went.
I have no idea.
Oh, you do.
Oh yeah, you do. We have a very good idea I didn't like wet. But sipping on the drink.
Man, that shit was. Hold
Nigga,
on.
what you think?
That Ferris wheel.
Mm.
Man. Yep, see? I was trying to think of something that would like trigger his shit, the Ferris wheel.
I remember getting a text message talking about something was warm. Somebody was talking about somebody's thing was warm.
I don't know
Yeah.
know who that was.
Right. Just saying it was wild.
Yeah. I can neither confirm nor deny my participation.
Wish
I
could
did
pull out
not
those text
have
messages.
sexual relations with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bill Clinton?
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I also know what you're talking about.
Sipping on the drink. Just kidding. This episode 21, bro. We had a very interesting episode 20. Now I'm wondering what the quarter century episode gonna be like.
Shit.
Yeah, because that's the next milestone, and then after that it's 50, and then
You feel me? 100. You feel
I
me?
mean, you could do 75 if you wanted to, but it's not
that's
really.
kind of pushing it though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but I feel like it just multiply every time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so once you get to 25, it's like you gotta add 25 for the next celebration. Once you get to 50, you gotta add 50 for the next celebration. Once you get to 100, you gotta add 100 for the next celebration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you get to that one, you gotta add a 150. I mean, you gotta add 250 to that one, and you get to the next one, 500. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
or we could just do it every anytime we want. There no rules to this shit.
Yeah.
We write the rules to this shit.
Yeah.
This is our shit.
Yeah, because eventually we might be in a position where we could get to 100 faster. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, we can record them
If we do like 2
2,
a
3,
week,
4,
you know
right?
what I'm
2,
saying?
3, 4 a week. Well, that shit might be a everyday type of thing, depending on what that contract looking like. Cause yeah, you know we still shopping for that perfect deal. You feel me? So if you got an interest, you know, please hit us up. You know,
Because you
All
know the
contact
demand
info
will
is
be
available.
there. They'll be looking for it. They'll be wanting it. They'll be wanting that demand.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure. Heard the NBA about to come back and shit, man.
Huh?
I heard the NBA about to come back and shit.
Yeah, they coming back quick. My
Yeah.
nigga Westbrook got traded to the fucking Wizards, bro.
Bruh, what's going on?
And then and he number 4 too. I was like, yes. Like that's my that's like one of my favorite numbers. Like fucking Brett Favre and fucking.
Shit. I don't know how that's gonna work out. You know,
Him and Bradley Beal, bro.
I'm not familiar. Please,
The
educate me.
Wizards, they not trash. They just didn't have John Wall last year, so they didn't have like 2 superstars. It was just Bradley Beal, and like that nigga showed that he can like
ball.
he a official baller. Like him and Westbrook, bro. Like, and then I think they're gonna be better than Westbrook and Harden because Bradley Beal he kind of play defense a little bit more than Harden. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
but
saying?
Westbrook need him a Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Bradley Beal can shoot.
Yeah, no, not like that.
I mean,
I'm
he
saying
on all 3 levels
He need
of
to
scoring.
catch there, like he do all his moves and then you give him the ball. Like one thing about like Klay Thompson. And
I think I think they got a couple shooters out there.
No, I'm just saying like Klay Thompson ain't like a real crossover, take you to the rack, cross you over, step back type of person. He like everything he gonna do within
Catch
2
and shoot.
moves.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
it's 2 moves.
that
back.
nigga scored, you know what I'm saying, 37 points
Right.
with like 12 dribbles.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's 2 moves. Like when you pass him the ball, whatever he finna do, it's gonna be in 2 moves. Whether that's 2 bounces, 2 step, whatever
Yeah.
he finna do is gonna happen in 2 moves.
Yep.
Like he not finna sit there.
He's not
with
finna
you.
dribble and step back.
Right,
Or
right,
I'm
yeah,
going to dribble
like,
and step
nah,
to the
yeah,
right
right,
and shoot.
right.
Or
He
I'm not
catching that
going to
hoe.
dribble and I'm going to shoot.
He catching that hoe, and then you might jump. He bounce that hoe, step to the side, he shooting, or he driving in 2 dribbles. If he can't get there in 2 dribbles, he ain't doing it. Like
Yo,
it's just
so while we on this basketball real quick, I'm not going sidetracking, but I am sidetracking.
Hold on, you Gucci,
Yo,
man. You Gucci,
episode
man.
21.
Gucci K.O. Shout out
Episode
to Gucci,
21.
man.
We talking about this basketball. When we gonna get on this court?
Y'all let me know whenever y'all want to get embarrassed. I feel like Drago.
I mean, y'all gotta let me know.
I feel like
day?
Drago.
What day? Where you're usually Mondays?
I must break
No.
you.
Saturday? No, because Saturday usually you're busy in the morning,
I
right?
break you.
Not really, but I mean, every other Saturday I get my hair cut and shit. So it's
Okay.
like
Did you do that this
Saturday. Yeah.
So
I did.
next Saturday.
It don't matter to me, bro. Whenever y'all ready, I'll break you.
I mean, if it's like a nighttime, I get off at 7. So like niggas can.
Like if I were comparing my game to anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'd have to say, you know what I'm saying? I got that, you know what I'm saying? If I was just saying like on some, you know, just being 100%, well not 100%, but you know, real. You feel me out here?
Real trash?
You know what I'm saying? I'd have to say my game more like a Bob Cousy. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna see how this work out. When was the last time you touched me?
I play with the kids sometimes. Like I haven't really like played like hard, but like I still shoot and
Right.
like
You?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I play with the Rock all the time. These fiends need it.
I dribble with them and shit. So like, but like going,
Somebody
like,
here with me. It's all good, man. It's all good. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look, they might not hear in the room. They gonna hear that there on the net, though. You feel me? They fucking with me. I think you niggas ain't fucking with me. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It's all
partake in
good.
those type of activities.
It's all good. It's all good. You know?
I don't fuck with rocks.
You feel me?
Maybe the Moon Boys.
sometimes you got to give an assist. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? I touch work to pass work.
I can't wait. I
You
can't
know?
wait. Because this one right here, I've seen this one on the court. But this one, I've never seen on the court.
I can't play. I just got that Bob Cousy game, bro. You know, I don't go between the legs, nothing like that. I dribble one hand, switch it to the other hand, dribble some more, decide what I'm gonna do. Then I
If it's
do it.
anything like his Pong game, I know it's going to be lame.
Yeah.
Let's do this next Saturday.
He be...
Ooh, you know, big. Don't even do me. Don't even try to do me. Like, look for the cameras, cause you look, you on the camera, man. Don't lie on me like that. Man, you don't want to see me in that pong. We can come get it on anytime. I just will not play liquor.
I was
pong.
looking at new beer pong tables the other day. Like
They got any like new crazy stuff going on?
Shit,
I
bro.
want to get like a basketball.
Dolphins say we
theme
can get
one.
like
You
one of
talked
the
about
big
that
ones,
before,
and then we
too,
need to
yeah.
have like a beer pong extravaganza. Maybe the Up podcast
Pong
sponsor.
type?
Yeah, like we could have a tournament, and then we can invite from far and wide. You know, everybody that we have played beer pong with. You know, and then we will compile a list.
Yeah.
So
I got a spot. We could throw a tournament if y'all want to.
A tournament, cash prizes, or we could do like some type of prize. You know, it ain't got to be cash prizes.
Yeah.
It could be anything that under the sun. You know, it could be shit for nothing. It could be for
Singles or teams?
It could be for just a belt.
Teams. For
It
sure.
could just be for a belt that you can have. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be for cash prize. It could be for just a championship belt that like you can have. That when people ask you, "Oh, I beat all my friends," they have to refer to me as
They
King,
can get the money in the
King
belt.
Pong.
Or it could be a cash prize
for a
in the
year
belt. Like,
type of shit. You know what I mean? Like for a year when you refer to me, you have to say King Pong for a whole 12 months. What I mean, like from the tournament date, you know what I mean, to the next tournament date.
Right.
You gotta refer to me as King Pong every time we talk to me. So like, hey, you going out, King Pong? Hey, King Pong, let roll up to the bar to play some pool or something. It's like, hey, yo, Rick. Hey, come on. What? This nigga. King Pong. Come roll. Like, that's how you gonna have to have it. You feel me? Like, you can do it like, and that's why I say, ain't gotta be no cash prizes. It could just be simply for the belt and the title.
bragging rights.
It could be again. It could be for, you know what I mean? Some like not too crazy, but outlandish type of shit. You know what I mean? Where like, maybe a particular beer pong player hate a particular basketball player. So if you lose, you know what I mean, or if you win, you get to decide a punishment for somebody in the tournament. Ooh. Make somebody wear a Westbrook jersey every day for a week straight.
I dig that one.
Or 30 days. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they hate Westbrook. You see what I'm saying? Like, nothing crazy. You gotta be crazy. Ain't talking about no tattoos on the ass cheeks and nothing. Oh, no. Just saying, like,
Oh, no.
Nah, because people be getting wild with these groups, especially, like, you play, like, DraftKings and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be having, like, little, like, let's say we a group. We, like, we in a DraftKings, like, tourney. Yeah. So it's like a group of us, and then the loser of, or the lowest person on there got to do watch somebody car for 30 days. Or,
right.
Or like I say, it's some extreme ones, get tattoos or some dumb shit that somebody else is picking or something like that. You ever seen Impractical Jokers, bro?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay.
Like the same way that dude got that tattoo or some bullshit he hate, but it's on him. Like, oh yeah, on his leg, on Impractical Jokers, he lost, like in the Impractical Joker shit, and they had him get a tattoo of Jaden Smith on his thigh.
Well, no, he didn't know at the beginning, right?
Yeah, he didn't know.
Right.
He had got a tattoo of Jaden Smith on his thigh, bro. Like, so this dude like a 35, 40-year-old, like Italian white.
Was it Murr?
No, Sal.
No, Sal.
Yeah.
And he got like a fucking Jaden tattoo that's on his thigh. Like, and sometimes they make him show it. Like, he still got it. Like, it's a real tattoo. Like, he still got it.
Yeah, because Murr got one, too.
Yep.
He got that, was it the muskrat thing?
Yep. So they got, like, tats. Like,
They be
real
doing
tats.
him dirty.
Right,
Bro.
right. They got real tats.
And so they'd be like, it's not even fair. That
Yeah,
every time Murr lose, like, they
be
always.
on Murr ass, bro. They be waiting for that shit.
That nigga is
They be waiting for that shit, bro. That shit crazy, bro. Real crazy. For real, for real. Shit been, like, funny as hell, though, Funny as hell. No cap,
So, I ain't into the sports like that, but my wife be following them sports. She sent me this link talking about when they pop off on this basketball, you know what I'm saying? They ain't drug testing no more for that weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What y'all's thoughts on that?
I feel like that's great considering the circumstances. You know what I mean? Of what's at stake, from a money standpoint, and then also from a drug standpoint. Mm-hmm. Like,
you consider weed a drug?
No. I'm just saying, like, from a drug policy standpoint.
Oh, okay.
So because at this point, it's like we living in the twilight zone. Because you got like two different words depending on where you step.
Right.
You fly to Vegas tonight.
Right.
You can go buy you a whole goddamn pound of whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. That you can't even fly back to your home with.
I mean, shit.
But you're in the same damn states.
You could be a Las Vegas Raider and live there and can't smoke.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Did the NFL, did they do the same shit? Because I think it's another sport that did it.
Baseball, right?
And primarily.
It might have been baseball.
And I thought they could only, like, partake in those types of situations
no,
during their
NFL didn't do it. I think it might have been baseball
well,
or
it
like
ain't that
hockey
they can
or some
participate
shit like that.
in those type of activities. Is that they don't drug test for it in those times. So it's more like the way they operate is like all of those professions prior to now, which the NBA is obviously the most progressive sport out of all of the ones. They've been the ones that have adopted the policies.
I think it's a timing thing.
But no, I think it's more so they're always looking for how, like, we're in a time where the public, specifically, the mentality of the public, especially black people, is starting to go back towards the know your worth value. You know what I mean? Like, it's cycling back over to more of the Fred Hampton vibes, more of the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X vibes, where it's like, you see more conversations about that shit. You see more sharing of shit like that. You seeing more like shop black owned. We starting to hear of a lot more black owned companies. We just starting to see them, right? They just starting to show up on your feed. They just starting to pop up magically. Like we're starting to see
Social dilemma.
Right. You know what I mean? We're starting to see that again. So
You saw that?
I finished it. And
so when you talking
I
about
get what you were saying with the notifications now.
Yeah.
when you're talking about the type of scenario we're in, you're getting a situation where Ice Cube got his own league. NBA is recognizing things like that. So I don't know if it's necessarily genuine or not, but NBA is the one, and I'm saying that from a standpoint of the other ones that's the smartest in terms of being able to roll with the punches to be able to make sure that they're still lucrative.
I think
like they're focused hard on not getting blockbuster. Is basically how I'll say it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I think it's a timing thing because, like, I think when, like, it was either baseball or hockey said they wasn't going to test for marijuana, I was like, oh, y'all coming back from, you know what I'm saying, a break from the virus and shit. Y'all finishing the seasons or y'all starting y'all season if it was baseball. And y'all niggas don't want to have to suspend niggas. Right. The NBA done took the shortest break. You know what I'm saying? It's been like 60, 70 days. And you know niggas is smoking in the off season. I seen an article today where it was like nigga LeBron James only touched the basketball 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Like
when?
During this off season, like, cause this is like a short off season and it's the NBA. You know, most of the niggas is like smoking, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
J.R. Smith is the main meme since this shit done came out. Cause that nigga always look.
I don't, but I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw everybody talking about that shit. That's funny.
No, I agree.
Cause if it was like baseball or hockey, like those are like sports where it's like majority, you know what I'm saying, like white people. Like it's not really like a lot of black people there. Right. So for them to like be like, hey, we not gonna test for this. It's like nigga, it's mostly niggas here. They ain't doing nothing else. Like,
right.
It ain't no point in testing them. Like, I think it's a timing thing and kind of like following suit. Cause like if baseball or hockey gonna do it, then like we way more progressive than them. So like, why would we not do it?
I mean, like I say, I fuck with that assessment of it. I just feel like overall it's a situation where what I've been, and I'm not saying that from just now, because if you look in terms of policy changes, the NBA has always been the ones that's like doing that type of shit. Like they changed their policy where players could put whatever they want on the back of their jersey. Yeah. They changed like immediately. Like it's never like a debate type of thing. It's not like a long wait. Like the commissioner is putting in changes like as he see them. Whether you saying it's like cause of timing, I'm saying even if it is timing that impacts him, whatever it is from a policy standpoint, he looks at that shit long term immediately and starts making a decision based on that. Because what's been the other talk? If we remember, this is what I'm getting from. What you getting? Whole bunch of the star athletes is now starting to commit HBCUs and shit like that. Like the top athletes are literally getting recruited by places like Alabama and shit. Is saying, nah, I'm looking at Grambling State. I'm looking at, you know what I mean, Hampton University. I'm looking like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what they looking for. In terms of like different HBCUs that they're wanting to want to potentially go to, Jackson State and all these different, you know what I mean, types of situations. That's what they're into, and that's being fed by the progressive narrative of the thought of a more black empowered economic group. Same thing is matriculating up top. Same thing is happening down low. So we're getting a situation where people are starting to have a realization that they value. That's why you start to see these astronomical contracts. You think about some of these deals that's being presented, you know. Of course, LeBron gonna always get the big pot. $85 million for 2 years. We talking $40-something million a year. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's where they getting up to right now. People get, you know what I mean? They offer a contract $50 million a year. That's the next thing. You go start.
Yeah, James Harden just turned that shit down.
Right. He just turned down $50 million a year. James Harden did.
Wow.
To get traded. $50 million a year.
Wow.
82-game season.
Him and John Wall in H-Town.
A year.
These strippers just to go, boy.
A
Nigga,
20
can you
year.
imagine a Houston strip club with John Wall and fucking
Right,
James Harden?
Bro,
and
partying on some shit, bro. They finna flood them. Like, that's what I'm saying. We
that
talking
nigga
about
gave
the bank.
Lil Baby like a bag of money and honey buns, bro. Like James Harden is like notorious for throwing bread in the strip club, bro.
Right.
Like
But,
he don't look like a cool dude, but like from all the stories that you hear about him, like
he's a very cool dude.
yeah.
But
You be like, why is he with this rapper? Like, cause that nigga is in that bitch. Like, nigga, James Harden step in, nigga.
like, but you gotta realize. I'm saying when you looking at,
That's wild.
cause you gotta realize things that people get endorsements for and what they getting paid for, and then they also market impact shit like that, stuff like that, in the city that they in, different deals, situations, and then the other part is you never know what a person is doing with their money.
Right.
So he might not just be throwing money, which is obviously a very, very horrible way to spend your money in terms of investing. Don't get me wrong. I support the strippers. Was just in there last night, and I still got some ones. They're around somewhere. Probably. But yeah, like, you know.
I ain't been to a strip club in a minute.
What you mean?
Never been to a strip club out in here ever.
I mean, I don't go to the strip club often. Gotta be probably egged on to do it or something like that. And then when I go, I probably
You used to go every couple months, like.
nah. I didn't go there. Like, I go when people, like, as a collective group decide that's what they want to do. I might go.
I used to hang out with people that used to like
A few
go
dollars,
into the strip
you know,
club.
just
Like
a
chicks
few
like going
dollars.
to the strip club.
I
Like,
just don't like the vibe. It just be odd to me. It's like they be fine, right? But it's like they be hitting you with all that conversation. It's like, okay, I'd rather you just come up on me and dance. I start tipping you, and then you just walk the fuck off. Then like that, hey, I'm Stormy. What's your name?
you go to the white strip club?
No.
You at Jaguars, bro? Like
No.
That nigga said Stormy. Like
What you want me to say? Oh, I'm dying.
no, it ain't no bitch had DG's name Stormy, bro. Or like
Nah, man. Well, I had went to ecstasy, bro.
Dallas
That bitch
Cabaret.
is-
Like nigga, no.
Rich, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I just know that ecstasy is primarily all Latino girls now. For what I seen, that was
I
on.
mean, it's been like that for a minute though.
That was
Where
on,
it's
like,
been a lot of like, it's either black or Latino girls at ecstasy. Like,
yeah. No, I'm saying, but like that night, I think it was Latin night or something, because it was like prime. We was like thumbs out of water. It was like all different types of Latino girls, and you know they just talk like, you know, like regular and nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like crazy. It's just like I don't want to have a conversation. I don't really even want you to necessarily dance on me. I'm more so here like throwing money. I got some homies here. I was outside like taking a smoke break on some shit most of the time, because it was like I didn't bring no liquor. Don't get me wrong.
BYOB?
It's BYOB. If I would have brought a bottle or something, maybe the night would have went different.
You can't
I
smoke
probably
inside?
yeah, you could smoke.
You can smoke inside, gotcha.
Right.
I dig it.
But
On a federal level.
yeah, you know what I mean. But you feel me? I don't want to do that to him, but yeah, no, it was cool, but nah. Yeah, you gotta have one of them ratchet Jones. You want to get that good feel. I like one like Cab, or like, you know, like one of the Cab South one.
Man.
If we get in the vibe off.
I think
they
it
just be in there. They know how to legit leave you alone. I be like, you know, so I'm just in that bitch. I'm vibing, you know. Or I might want you to come over and dance on me. Just dance on me. Like, you ain't got to do all that. I don't want to talk to you. Nothing like that necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
Man.
on that strip, you know when they be hitting you with the, hey baby,
Yeah, that's that whack shit.
I'm like, you know what I mean? I be like, nah, I just ready to just come up like, what's up with it? Oh, y'all in here? What y'all in here for? Bachelor party? No, we just chilling. All right, shit, y'all trying to get a dance? Sure. Why not?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what we here for, ain't it?
Yeah, the ratchet strip
What we
club.
doing? You know what I mean? Like, they be there, you know what I mean? That where they gonna be right to the point with your ass.
I think it was
So-
like 14 or 15. We went to High Rollers in Houston. You know, you hear all the rappers say it in the songs and shit. So we thinking this hoe is to be like fucking Onyx or something. Like, all the, nigga, we walking that bitch and it's like, hell yeah. Like, because sometimes you go to like the big strip clubs and like the chicks be acting like they stuck up because like they in the fucking big strip club. You go to the ratchet ones and they like, nigga, they still like look the same as the chicks that be in the other places, but they don't act the same.
It ain't, you know what I mean? Nah, man, she talking about strip club. What you hear? V-Live. Man, V-Live look like a goddamn house that somebody took all the damn walls out of and put a pole in the middle of. That bitch so small that every one of them hoes that I've heard of have been like that. Like everybody that be talking about like V-Live in Miami, like none of these is like Ecstasy's club. The actual structure is what you expect when you hear V-Live. It's always some rinky dink ass shit that's in like some small ex-lobby ass area that they took the wall out of one of the rooms and put it like, it ain't even like no big square footage. It ain't like multiple poles. Like the V-Live in Dallas that I went to, I don't know if they changed the location, but that bitch had one pole and one swing. And that bitch was so small that the girl on the swing couldn't be on the swing if a girl was on the pole.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. That sound kind of like Black Orchid. Like that hoe was like hella small. Like,
No, Black Orchid was that big ass joint.
That hoe wasn't big,
bro. Black Orchid had
That
like
hoe was
4
not
poles, bro. You playing?
It wasn't that big.
Which
bro.
one you talking about? You talking about the one that used to be off like that little back road where you had to like? I'm pretty sure plenty of people died out there. Just thinking about the location. Now that I think
The
about
parking
it,
lot.
Yeah,
Nigga.
that was saying the parking lot, the air, like the way it was set up. Like I don't know if you ever been to Black Orchid. This is like.
I've never been
What,
to
this
any
like
strip
15,
club out here.
right?
Yeah.
Like this like 14, 15. They got big ass shit down. Nah, bro, that bitch was a kind of big club. Cause it's another club there now. That's how I know that bitch was big. Cause it was big then. Bro, Black Orchid was a rather big club. It was not what you expect. It was ecstasy, but it was all black, basically. And that's what you loved about it.
I don't think it was ecstasy size, bro. That hoe.
No, it was at least half the. It was at least half. No, it was about the size of ecstasy, bro. My memory is very vivid, and it was very much so about the size of ecstasy. I know because I went a plethora of times. This is back in like.
I have no idea.
This is deep. Now we talking about the way younger years.
Yeah.
I back when I'm like getting money. And I ain't even got a clue of what you supposed to do with all this shit. That's back when I'm doing it like that. What you mean? Like I remember that. Like yeah, I remember that. That was a hell of a run. I went on some I'm always broke shit. Then you start making a little paper. You know, you go from, you know, you got just a regular salary or whatever the fuck, and then you go, you get this money, then all of a sudden you start making this happen, and then you be like, shit, I'm like, what? I think I'm like, what, in 15? I'm what, 26? Getting like probably 6, 7, 8,000 a month on some months. No kids. No real expenses. Car note low. I sold the car to myself. Apartment living. Rent is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think 14 was the last year that I had of that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, right, yeah, that's right. Cause this is when I stayed in I think in Arlington, in the Pavilion. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I think it was the Pavilion. It used to be. Or something. No, I didn't stay there. That's wrong. That wasn't it. I think I stayed over there off of like East Chase at that time. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I stayed off of East Chase. That's what I'm saying. That's back when I was on my ratchet nigga shit. Before I had like started moving other places and meeting other people. Cause like that's when I first like moved here. Cause I think I moved here in like late 13 and stayed on my homie flow for like 8 months. So that would have brought us into 14. And I moved to my crib. Yeah, so I'd have been there definitely in 2015. I'd have been in Mill Valley because I stayed there like 2 years. That's when I was like just getting my footing into what actually go on type of shit. Yep, stayed over there. Because you first met me, I stayed with my homie, and you had came over. And Arlington, remember that shit was, I think, was over there. It's over there by where you stayed.
Yeah.
You remember? You know
we stopped at that Murphy's.
Yeah, yep. Right there. You feel me? So, that would have been around that time. Yeah, I stayed. That's when I was on my ratchet nigga shit. Because I used to hang with a nigga named Southside One. Shout out to Southside. I don't even know what happened. Like, that's what everybody called him, Southside One. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even know whatever happened to that nigga type of shit. He moved to Atlanta on some shit. And then, we just, like, lost contact. Shit, all the people I hung with then was just, like, when I be sitting back and I be thinking about the shit that I used to do, like, on some shit where I used to be, then you be like, damn, you be thinking about your little situations. And that's how I be putting shit in perspective. So, like, you know how you have, like, little problems and shit, they pop up now, it's like, all right, boom, boom. Boy, like, but the level of, I don't even know what you would call it, I wouldn't say validity, because everybody's problems is valid, like, because they still your problems, but I don't know what you would call it. I wouldn't say the degree of difficulty. I don't know the word. Maybe somebody can help me out there. But whatever that degree of is from what my problems and shit used to be versus what my problems are now, it's damn near like comical. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure both of y'all can feel me, like, where it's like, the fuck? Like, I can't believe that used to be like an issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on the come up, shit be tough. Like, where it's just like, shit way different once you get a stable foundation of any sort, where you like actually know what you trying to do and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that shit just so different. Like, that shit was crazy though. Like, crazy. I was just like, damn. But yeah, nah, bro, I used to be in that bitch all the fucking time. And yeah, that bitch is about that size. And that hole is like, only difference was it was just like a pure black environment. Not saying that, you know, diversity ain't cool and all of that. I'm just saying, like, but it was like everything in the club was professional.
Yep. Even the nigga that was selling the bottles.
Right. Everything was professional. Normally, it was just black.
Normally, when you go to the club, bro, if you want a big bottle of Ciroc,
control ratchet, bro,
you fist to pay like $100 and something, $200 for this big ass bottle of Ciroc. When that nigga was like, "You want this bottle of Ciroc?" and I was like, "Nah, bro. Like, I already know how much it is, bro. Like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. I got a bottle over there." He was like $75. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get that too.
right, bro. Like, he there, like, bro, he just trying to make a profit. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was very, 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 very cool. I don't even know what ever happened. Like, somebody must have got killed. So, like, I don't know why that bitch shit down. Cause I know, like, we was supporting the fuck out of that.
That was a pretty player spot.
Like, wasn't nothing wrong with Black Orchid. Like, it was just, like I said, it was black excellence damn near. Like, it was just literally, it was all professional. If you ever been to Ecstasy, like, it was that type of setup. I don't know what this as big as what he's saying or what I'm saying. I feel like it was bigger, about the same size as Ecstasy. If it wasn't the same size, but it literally was that like type of setting. Like, it was like large ceilings. Like, you remember, like, all of that's true for sure. It was large ceilings. Like, it was good seating. It wasn't like no whole bunch of commotion going on. You brought your own shit. You bring your everything. They didn't trip about nothing. You can smoke anything in that bitch you want to.
Damn.
Nobody tripping about nothing. Like, whatever. Black, whatever. Like, you in that bitch, you just smoking. Like, it was just vibe the fuck out. Like, that bitch was a vibe. Cause, like, that's why I was like, shit, ain't none of them bitches like that. I be like, damn, that bitch. Maybe that's why I got shut down, probably. Cause it was just too good. They hated that shit. Cause they were letting everything go on. It's like, like I said, it's like 15.
Yep.
Like, so this ain't during the progressive year. Like, this is like, you know, maybe a few,
Right.
but, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but they was getting it in. And that shit was clean, boy. Like, yeah. Probably a bunch of the strippers you know will have said they probably used to work at Black Oil. If they was doing it at the time. Because that bit was popping.
That's wild.
But I don't know, bro. I don't think I know where V Live is trash. And that is coming from the heart. That bitch is not what it do. The hoe is so small. Like, so small. Square footage side, I would get that bitch probably like, I said it's a 1,500 square foot open room.
Yeah. I don't think I've been to a strip club in like the last maybe 3-4 years. It's been a minute.
Maybe we can hit one on the next adventure, see what they be looking like.
Yeah.
Do Canada got strip clubs? I wonder.
Probably.
What they look like.
Why wouldn't they?
Cause you know they real nice and shit.
You ever took your chick to the strip club?
Not yet.
Man. It's definitely an experience, bro.
Nah, but I've seen dudes that
'Cause
have took their chicks to the strip club, and one thing I will say is, buddy, prepare, cause like money wise,
Yeah. Oh, chicks, let it go.
they let it go.
That was
and
my
they
main
want
point.
More. Like, you can't just come in there. If you bring your, that's why I say, because me, I be controlled with the throw.
Yeah.
You know, I might throw 100.
You look at the stripper and you be like, all right, I see what you could do. Boom, you worth this right here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
I'm going to let this go right here. That's
Look,
all you.
quick $11 for you, baby. That's for you. Quick $11. That's for you. I'm going to take me a few shots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Let 13 more go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
11?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I mean, if you do an 11, you got to let them hoes like drip slow. Like
That's
you
what I'm
can't just-
saying. Like, just,
You can't. No, yeah, you can't.
Pop.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got to let them.
pop. While you dancing.
It's like a certain pace that you got to spread the 11 out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pop. 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 That's only 5.
certain etiquette you gotta.
You know what I mean?
But see, chicks don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, it's 20 for the lap dance. Like, you're not even supposed to get your 20 off, bro. Like, you just threw like all of it.
Well, no, I mean, I guess
20?
it don't necessarily be that.
20
It
a
don't
day?
I mean, it
be
don't
like-
really be that because, you know, a lot of the times they just come by and they just dance for you and, you know.
But see, I just do that just so a motherfucker didn't waste their like time. Like, I just gave you like $11 in like 22 seconds. Alright, good. Cause I don't be like standing there just like getting a whole bunch of dances or like, you know, some dudes they be like, yeah, it be like chicks all around. Like, no, cause I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not like mentally. It's just hard for me to grasp the concept of like throwing like excesses of money. Like I got one partner, bro. He had threw like 2,000 before I pulled up. Don't get me wrong. He get paper like that. And I ain't saying if you got paper like that that it really matter because you probably earn more than what you threw or whatever at the time in the day potentially, right? So that's your situation. That ain't my situation. You know what I mean? But if it was my situation, I just don't see me just even doing like I possibly like do it on like a very special occasion, which I threw some money on a very special occasion because I do make enough to throw in excess. It's just literally the way my mind set up It's just like I can't throw like, let's say you throw $1,000, right?
Mm.
Depending on the stock I could have bought, that's like 1,000 shares. That's some shit that's gonna either pay me dividends, or I can get an immediate return off of some type of option contract, or some shit where I can literally just hold the stock and let the price appreciate over time, which generally stocks do, and shit like that. Like, so it's just like, So like, I be wanting to vibe out more. So like, you gotta get me fucked up. Like, if you get me fucked up, like where I'm like saucy, just in the mix, you did. Just razzle dazzling. I might throw a little change.
It's saucy in the mix.
But if I'm not there, then nah. Like if I'm still very rational, like that night, in most of the nights that I go to the strip club, I was BYOB. But I'm not really drinking that much because I might be here with a homie or two, right? But I didn't come here with a clique, right? Mm-hmm. And we're in a place where ignorance seems to manifest on a very often basis, right? Like the AOD situation, right? It just happened. 3 people got killed. Yeah, Ace of Diamonds. 3 people got killed at Ace of Diamonds. I actually know the people who got killed in association with a lot of the members from the particular group they were with. But, yeah, 3 people got killed.
It's crazy.
And Ace of Diamonds. R.I.P. to them, by the way, Shout out to their affiliates,
They'll be in there having a good ass time, bro. Like, it's a whole different environment for me. Like,
right. But I'm saying this just depending on where you're going.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, even just
now,
like having like the
going to,
conversation. Like, if you have a conversation with a stripper, bro, like sometimes that shit be funny as hell. Like,
why?
Like the story when we went to High Rollers, like one chick came out and like it was like, I guess you have to have your nipples covered, but no other stripper had they nipples covered. So you're like, bro, like, why you got this fucking tape on your titties? Like, me and Hawk, like, we mad, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because now we like, bro, we thought this was just like all nude, and you come out here with like tape on your shit. Like, we're like, bro, we not tipping, bro. Like, and then she like still dancing, but like she on stage too. Like, it's like her time to perform. And me and Hawk like right there, we talking to her like, bro, like, what are you doing with? Can you please take the tape off? We not throwing no money until you take the tape off, bro. Like, and she's having a conversation like, oh, it's not really that type of spot. And if they walk in and take that fucking tape off. She took the fucking tape off, and then after that, like, we threw some money. She came over there and she started chopping it up with us and shit. Like,
No, I always go to like, well, now me, if I'm going to the strip club, it's gonna usually be some like smaller.
oh, High Rollers, it was pretty small.
I wasn't done.
Nigga, you just pulled that hoe up. Hell no.
But no, I like, like one of them little smaller joints, something that you can vibe in.
Intimate location.
You feel me? Something people don't be wilding out at too often, some shit like that.
Niggas be in there chilling.
Professional environment.
Yeah.
Is what I'll say. Professional small locations, I'll support those. Now, you might get me to throw some cash in there. But, and it's just like one of them outright. Because it be, I be always looking at it. I be more astounded. Like, plus, I felt like it wasn't no point in me really throwing no money in the scenario I was in. Because what they was throwing, I wasn't even about to come near. Like, they had, like, bricks of $500 ones. I'm like, absolutely not. They just like untape the brick, take 100 out, snap the band, throw the whole thing. That's 100. God damn. All right, let me put this little 50 back in my pocket. I'm gonna
hold on to that.
No need for me to do that. It's literally so much money you can't move. You can't walk through. You like literally like just.
I think that nigga Eugene said he was out in Houston one time, and I forgot what weekend it was, but fucking like Trey the Truth or like Slim Thug like walked through the strip club, and they just like they walked in and everybody was like, "Oh shit, it's them." They threw some money up, and then they turned around and they walked out that bitch.
Damn.
Damn.
Flex right there. You flex it. Nigga, like, I ain't got time to actually be here. I just wanted to make my presence felt. Like, how you throw money after that? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? Like, he just amped the game. He just changed the environment to where it's like, shit, like, I can't pull you off for no damn nigga over there throwing $1,500. And I'm over here for give you $11. Like, I understand why you went over there. I can't even fault you. I'm just a nigga in the clique now. Like, them the niggas you need to be talking to tonight. They over there throwing. They are throwing assets, baby. I ain't got it like that. Not like that. Cause I'm saying they would like throwing just. I'm saying I said like I said they probably threw a 10-pack collectively. And I'm talking about like 3 or 4 niggas. I'm not throwing $10,000. I'd have to be so rich to throw $10,000 in the strip club. I'm talking like 20 million plus. I might settle for 10 million. I might throw 10,000 on my birthday. Type of shit. On my birthday.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If I
like
had 10
New Year's
million,
or something.
if I had 10 million, I'd throw 10,000 on my birthday. I could see that.
Mm-hmm. The celebration.
You know what I mean?
Like your boy
I could
just
see
hit
that.
10
Like,
million.
right. Like, you feel me? If I had 10 mil, 10,000 at the strip club, I could see that. But, nah.
And I would have other people throw
I mean,
for
it's
me.
not fit. It's not fit. Like, all right, let's say you got $100,000 in cash. It's under your mattress. You got that.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing $5,000 is literally throwing 5% of your net worth
Correct.
away at the strip club. You didn't buy lottery tickets. That's 5% of your net worth. Not on like no, just like analyzation shit. Just 5% of your net worth. Like, that's just not a feasible thing to do. To throw it away. Now, don't get me wrong. You could do 5 to 1,000. You can buy a food truck, buy a vending machine. You can buy goddamn once again lottery tickets. Shit, you can make a bet on the goddamn Cowboys. You can make a bet on the goddamn Giants. You can make a bet on the goddamn election. Apparently, that was some shit you could do. You could bet on the election. I didn't know that, but you can. You could bet which president was going to win. It's a real thing. But yeah. $5,000, like, and that's just $5,000. $10,000, like, once you get $10,000, now we talking about like you just threw like a boutique, you threw like you see what I'm saying? Like you threw like a small Birkin bag. You threw a
a small Birkin bag.
You threw a very nice Rolex. You threw a considerable amount of used cars. You threw a considerable down payment on your next flipped house. Like, it just, like, now, don't get me wrong. I'm saying, like, I get it from a celebration standpoint. There's always a time to throw money and hold on to your money, shit like that. So if it's a celebration, which it was a celebration at that particular time for a very, very dear homie's birthday, shit like that. So
Yeah.
I get it, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But like, it'd have to be a situation like that. It would never be like how I be seeing some cats on some nights. You know, you might go there on like a Friday night on just some regular shit and be seeing the same people, or you might start going. Or when you go in them off, you see more people. It's like, man, I'm throwing thousands every time they in here. Just for that notoriety. You know, that's more like a clout thing. So it's like, I be throwing bands at the club. And they go like, I'm that rich. Like, no, that's stupid. That's like you doing that like often. You know what I mean? You know the life, bro. Niggas be up all night and shit. Like, niggas got waiting on packs, or they waiting on bitches to come in and shit. They be in them in the mix. That's the main thing motherfuckers do. See, we share the same type of people. They be very known because they be throwing the cash. So, they the flashes. That's kind of how, like, the scamming niggas got popular. What's ever popping to a stripper is what get popping in the culture. That's a side note, but, we'll talk about that another day. It is, though. Whatever, like, when D-Boys was the thing, this was popping in the culture. Scam was the thing now. Too much time come with doing that drug thing. Now, don't get me wrong, the drug business still booming, but that ain't the popular guy to get. It's the scammer. That's why you hear the city girls and shit like that popping, because those motherfuckers on. Way quicker lick, way easier to hit it, way higher returns. But we could do it at that frequency. Motherfuckers be spending money like that. For real.
Mm-hmm.
I got a homegirl. She be getting it on. That shit be crazy. Speaking of scammers though, bro. Your boy G Herbo. Rappers. Man.
1.5?
General. But G Herbo, man. The feds, man. I don't know what been going on. The feds had like an agenda tracker or something that they been like running down or something, but they been popping rappers left and right.
Yeah, his was crazy to be because, like, I think he was, like, doing, like, community centers or, like, some shit like that. Like, in Chicago.
I don't know the full story.
Like, I think, like, a couple months ago or, like, sometime this year or, like, end of last year, like, he announced that he was doing, like, some, like, after-school program or, like, some, like, shit with, like, a community center and shit where, like, kids can go and do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not really, like, a fan of his music, but, like, a lot of the moves that he was making and shit was, like, pretty solid ones.
Well, they saying, this is what I do know from what I read. They saying that, him and several other assailants, like 14 people, have been using, like, fake names or
Credit
other
cards.
people identities, credit cards, etc., and booking, planes and reservations at fancy resorts and shit like that. Which, in terms of if it on some fraud shit, scammer shit, sounds very low level to me. If I'm keeping it a being, because they got people out here that be like creating fake credit cards that they put real identities on with embossing machines, and they got motherfuckers that be like on the dark web that be like fishing for like info, and then they go create a whole fake identity that they tie to a credit line that they run up and get 100 bands off of that credit line and close out the account of the fake person before the person get in, and they never associate what they sell because they smart enough to know they got several VPNs and they doing shit from some odd place that they never even be at or some shit for real.
Encrypted like a hoe.
Yeah, and they be doing like, even the little rapper, well, I ain't gonna say his name because the feds obviously on a lot of people, so I'll wait and see what happened, and then we'll say his name probably later. But it's rappers and shit that's the made their ways. Like he not doing this shit no more. So Bandman Kivo, if you don't know who that is, very popular Instagram figure, but he went to jail for like 2 years. But apparently, he had made off with meals. So it was like shit. Once he got out, like for some people, 2 years in prison to be a millionaire don't sound that bad. 24 months Would you spend 24 months in jail if you knew you was gonna be a millionaire when you got out? That's a tough one right there, right? Because people always go to them extremes and shit, and they be like, would you shoot your mama for half of $500 million? People always do that, but would you go to jail for 12 months if you knew you was gonna be a millionaire when you got out?
Probably not.
12 months in jail.
No, sir.
I ain't saying you. I ain't saying me. I know me. I just don't be into that whole going to jail period shit. That shit just sounds very
Lame.
very unastastic and very watch your butthole-ish, and then very you could die because you in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because you was the wrong black dude when the Aryans decided they wanted to pop off, or the Mexicans decided that they had enough of the black tirades and all that. If you talking about prison, because of course he went to prison for that, federal prison. So he's in prison. He went to prison for that, fed time, But so if you're talking about
He hop into everybody's flying.
I got time for that. Like shit like a barbarian. Yeah, man, but Herbo, bro. I think he 25? He in the Forbes 30 under 30. And yeah. The indictment was filed
It was
in
September 25th.
Massachusetts, and it says the defendants used stolen IDs, credit cards, information for trips on private limo services, high-end car rentals, designer puppies, and a Jamaican vacation over the span of 4 years. In total, the purchases added up to $1.5 million. And what fucked them up was apparently the damn exotic puppies. That's how they got caught up, the damn exotic puppies. So, just food for thought, The exotic puppies did catch them up, just in case you like dogs.
Yeah, it always be something stupid like that. Like
Exotic puppies? Does it say what kind of puppies? What is considered an exotic puppy?
Well,
Talking about like a straight breed and number one.
fucking expensive ass dogs, like the fucking
Yeah, okay. I know.
dogs that niggas
Yeah.
have in bags and shit like
All right.
that.
right. Or it might be like an exotic bully. Those are like special types of bullies that are bred, like micro bullies and
Them little French
Right.
bulldogs and shit.
Right.
I know somebody spent $500 on a dog.
That's nothing, bro.
No.
Terms of like
I
dogs,
understand
merles.
that, but I'm just saying my small concept of just paying $500 for an animal is just like, oh wow, I
I think Sauce Walker got two. They tricolor merle. Like I don't know what else make them special, but they like the dogs. He got two of them. Them bitches cost like $35,000. Not on the podcast, Smokey. I did like that response. He said, "I'd rather buy a kangaroo. Fuck that shit."
Yeah.
35,000. I think that's what his dogs cost, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. 35K.
that's wild.
And I mean, depending on what you getting, that's what motherfuckers be charging for. Like, you get into specific breeds, like a Presa Canario, right? And it's a specific bloodline. These specific two, let's say, famous dogs, right? And these two dogs have puppies, right? Everything in that line got a celebrity tag on it. So just to get it, celebrity dog, like the dog, like I know you know Hulk,
Yeah.
the pit bull,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What you think one of Hulk puppies run?
A lot.
Right.
A lot. Something that's not even in my understanding.
Exotic.
That's wild.
You got $10,000 puppies and shit. But there could be a situation where, something end up happening where those people reported it to they tax people as far as they normal taxes or something like that, and the name came across on their database for something they was looking for. So multitude of ways they could have caught up with this shit. I mean, most get caught up with this shit. It is something that people don't, some people are a little bit smarter than the average bear. They know when to get out. They know when to get in. They know when to move on. Do some other shit. That's what you got to know.
That's wild.
Yeah. You wouldn't think niggas is out here, like, actually doing it, though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no.
Like, not him. Like,
bro, now, and this is not a show that, is in support of any type of crimes or anything, but do you realize like there's a high success rate with the scam and shit to the point that people, that's the reason why it's so popular, because don't get me wrong, scamming been around forever.
Right,
but the type of
a lot
scamming,
more lucrative now.
Right, the type of scamming that's around now wasn't or hasn't been available to be around.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, we talking about dark web, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Websites they got, they potentially even got our information on them bitches. Like,
Right. They sell your information like a motherfucker. You just go ahead and purchase that real quick. Go ahead and flip that. Go ahead, go boom, 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 boom.
One of the first ones that had brought it to my attention, same one that had brought Bitcoin to my attention, Silk Road. It was a website called Silk Road, one of the first ones. That's one of the first big popular ones, like, that was apparently, like, popular across the world and shit, but
It got shut down, then got rebooted again.
Yeah,
Silk
got
Road
rebooted.
2.0, and then
And
3.0.
and that's what created Bitcoin.
Right.
They the ones that created Bitcoin so they could purchase shit off of Silk Road. That's how I even knew about it. I had the opportunity to buy a lot of shit. I didn't buy a lot of it. So, boo-hoo to me. But, yeah, the actual website, on that website you could buy anything from drugs to a hitman, literally to any, like, information about people, anything. That was one of the first ones. And this was, like, 2000, like, this is, like, more than a decade ago, probably. You know what I mean? Like, if we was, like, going by the years, so, like, how long ago the shit? Maybe at least, I'm going to say close to a decade ago, minimum. But this is what motherfuckers been doing for a minute now. So they perfected the craft. There's a bunch of websites that allow you to be anonymous, along with a bunch of other services you can buy. The shit that allow you to be anonymous. So it ain't even like tracking people is the easiest thing. You gotta be doing like some dumb shit that they can like catch. You know what I mean? Where it's like you booking private planes or something. So you probably went through some type of airport that has a bunch of cameras that show you getting on a plane under the name of somebody else that is not the person that you said you were. And like, you see what I'm saying? Like dumb shit like that, right? Because then if you're not like, right, what they got to go on? Like, you got, like I say, you got motherfuckers out here that be like, they get that same info, they got their own little machine at the crib, they go on the dark web, do everything they do, and boom, they create their own fake credit card, boom, with a name or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Go somewhere, get some giddy credit cards to somebody else, they go out, run, take the cash out the hole, bring it back, get them a fee, they come back, cut that, like, you don't even know they exist. Ain't nothing to associate them with. They gonna do whatever they do with that cash. They got businesses they infuse them into or some shit like that, you know what I mean? We buy some new furniture, something like that, same price. That's what the business said they made, hustling, cut it, all of that good shit.
them niggas be bold as hell with their advertisements, too. Like, the scammers, bro. Like, I ain't gonna get too deep into how they do it, but, like,
Yeah, bro, nah.
you be saying, you be like, really, bro?
This shit be crazy. That shit be crazy. But yeah, man, let's hope Herbo make a good case for himself because he going up against the feds, bro. And as we know, they have the full expense of the United States at their disposal in terms of the attorneys they can afford. That's the unfortunate part of going against them. I mean, even like a state level, you're dealing with a DA, but once you get to the feds, you're literally dealing with the United States Treasury. Your bankroll has to rival the United States Treasury. In a court of law, the only thing they probably could even come close to is a billionaire. You're the only person that can even start to make a dent in that shit. And that's from a billionaire to a state level, not a billionaire to a federal level. That's why you see somebody like Jay-Z going around and he doing his thing for sure. But, that's against state level because they don't got those type of budgets to really, like, you know what I mean? Because it's only like a certain amount of attorney can charge. It's not like they charge an unlimited amount, I can afford whatever the fuck they charge. 10 million, 20 million. Okay. Let's do the case. Once you get in them type of levels, the law is the law. So you ain't, what I mean? You ain't like the state attorney isn't like worth more. They just have a bigger ability to do more shit with it. You know what I mean? That shit's crazy though, bro.
Yeah.
What you think?
Hopefully it work out for him, man. I don't know. I like I said, I wouldn't expect him to be like on that type of shit. Like, I mean, he don't like sell the most records, but he got like a nice little cult following to where you would think that
Wouldn't have to do something like that.
He got his own lane, so niggas like him.
What about you got what's the boy name? Casanova. He was in there too.
Yeah.
Not in the same thing with G Herbo, but he got a racketeering case, and them is actually worse than what G Herbo is facing by a long shot. Because I don't understand if people understand the conspiracy and racketeering charges, but all they have to prove is that you even thought about and talked about doing something with a group or people to hit you with a conspiracy charge under organization to commit federal crime in some nature.
Yep.
And they talking about everything from firearms to kidnappings to like drug offenses and shit like that. And it's a situation where all they have to do is even prove that you even had a conversation about it. A conspiracy charge is simply, I tell both of y'all
He didn't tell me shit.
some shit. And I say, hey man, let's do this right here real quick. And then you say, okay, bet, we gonna do that. At that point, you have conspiracy to commit a crime. Now, let's say that we even acted out further, actually get the money together, and then said commit that crime. Now they can hit me with a kingpin statute because I told y'all to go do it and y'all did it. And then somebody died because they took something we had bought. Murder charge.
Right.
All three of us.
Right.
Some parts of that. Unless one of y'all snitch on me,
Right.
then we gonna all get the same like type of time and shit like that. And all they gotta prove is that we even thought about doing it and had a conversation. That shit's wild actually. It was created for the law was actually created for like all of the drug lord, like, cause organized crime and shit had got so good that
Still to this day.
well, no, I'm saying that racketeering charge, it kind of like took a little bit of wind out of a lot of people's sails, cause like organizational crime had got so good that it was almost impossible to not want to or in some type of way be a part of it. Like, prime example, think about how many people, like Pee Wee Kirkland, right? Basketball legend, in Harlem and other places like that in New York, and actually across the world, he's known to what he was. But at his time, being a drug dealer was way more lucrative than being an NBA player. And how many NBA players or people that you know, how many people you know from your hood that's like good at basketball and shit that like are drug dealers possibly? You know what I mean? Just from your, you see what I'm saying? Like that were like probably good enough to do some shit, but they ain't even like, cause it's like they ain't got the time or they ain't got the living circumstance or whatever it is that led them to do it. But yeah, like the game is it used to be. Nowadays, especially dealing with that, is just not the same. Just cause everything's so hard. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still probably a bunch of people out there that's making a bunch of bread and doing a bunch of shit, and you know, salute to them for being able to get their shit off or whatever they do. But I'm just saying, like, it's a bunch more people that's getting caught up because you in a world where you got dumbass social media people. So it ain't got to be nothing you doing. It could be something your man do that get you hot in some type of way. Your cousin ended up, and you see what I'm saying, that put a spotlight on your family that had them looking into the other people in your family or something like that. And then there's you. And you was actually the one that, you know, whatever the fuck. Like, Big Meech. Big Meech was not convicted of anything being caught on him. He didn't get caught with an ounce of nothing. He didn't get caught with no money he wasn't supposed to have. He didn't get caught with none of that. He had 29 testimonies that said that he was the guy. And then they attributed everything from that. Then they could say, okay, well, this is how you got this car. This is how you got that. It's not actually from this. It's from this, that, and the third. But yeah, Casanova, man. I'm not saying he's on Meech level or nothing like that, but yeah, he got a 18-member indictment from the Untouchables. For the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation. Gang was charged with racketeering, murder, narcotics, firearms, and fraud offenses.
Yeah. I'm familiar with him because like I see him with like other like New York rappers and shit, but like I never heard a song, so like I don't know.
And one of the prosecutors said Gorilla Stone is actually not untouchable. That was a pun on their name. He was making it funny because he about to get him so much time. But yeah, man. Casanova just turned himself in not too long ago. And the reason why having a Fed case even on your head is just always just so tragic, or any of them type of cases, is because what motherfucker gotta understand is the amount of, like, they never present an indictment for somebody that they not ready to try. Like, they feel like they got what it takes to put you in there.
Yeah, they're very confident.
That's the only reason they even bother. If it's not that, they don't bother. They feel like they got you dead to rights. That's when they drop an indictment. That's how they investigate. Like cops and shit, you know, that's on some stuff. Like they investigate where they put names together. They got 18 people that they was able to support charges for. So they got approval to indict 18 people. Now, of course, that don't mean necessarily that they guilty or that they got like go actually be able to take all 18 people to actual trial. Who knows what they got? But apparently they got enough to be able to indict them at least, because you got to get approval to do that. So that's how they're working. You know, police just stop you. You know, you might have a little case in civil court or something like that, but different stuff, different situations involving police and stuff like that go different ways, because maybe they didn't follow all the law they should. Maybe they didn't, you know what I mean? But when it comes to indicting and stuff like that from a Fed level, it's a real big deal.
Yeah. probably not gonna work out too good for him. But we'll see how it go. I don't know shit about that dude, bro.
Casanova 2 times, man.
I remember seeing him.
I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. Like I know about him now, but I don't know. Like I guess he just got out and started making music and just had a big popping.
I've been seeing him for like 2 or 3 years, bro. But like I've never heard a song from that dude.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. But he popping in New York, and people got to realize how big a demographic that is just alone. Like, when you talking about being a popping artist, New York is New York. They got 12, 13 million people in that city. So to get get on in New York is to be known by a minimum of 2 or 3 million people. That's just there. And then you go to talking about the surrounding areas that you start to matriculate towards, where you got, Delaware and all these different up north places, and Philly and all of that, when you get in there. So it just becomes a situation where it's like, you can really get popping in just that little area. Same thing,
I understand,
like
but
Houston,
like I just,
you know what I mean? Like how people never leave, like musically, they just dominate Texas out of Houston, and that's all they ever need.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't never heard of like a feature. Like, I don't know what that nigga sound like, bro. But
yeah, bro, Casanova, man, it's a crazy ordeal we in right now, man. I don't know if the feds got a vendetta or something, They must have like they got their reasons, I guess, but damn, they own these niggas, boy. I swear, they out here for real, for real. So many rappers with cases right now. Like I'm talking about big rappers. That is, a bunch of people get cases anyway. But, we just going back, like the YNW Mellies and like all these people was like getting 200 million plays on Spotify on one song. You know what I mean? Like these Kodak Black, like these are big artists. Like, don't get me wrong, artists have been in jail before, but I don't think ever in this type of
fashion.
Yeah, like to this level. You know what I mean? Where it's like the majority of artists that a lot of the, well, I won't say the majority, but a lot of the artists, a much higher percentage of the artists that we're accustomed to knowing, especially if they get mainstream, they're also like getting like either indicted or prison time, and like big prison time. And that can go all the way back to like Gucci Mane and shit like that. Cause his shit was similar, Gucci Mane got indicted for some shit that apparently happened some other time. You know what I mean? Like, like it's, like you know what I mean? I'm just saying over time, like there's been a lot more in high level indicted. T.I. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a different like level at this point. It's like it seems like you're more prone to, getting a case of some sort at that point. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Midway.
It is.
I guess, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna do a shot of this Migos.
I'm gonna take a shot of this caviar.
Yeah. Hopefully it work out for them boys, man. Hopefully, I don't. It's just they did this shit allegedly or some shit.
Allegedly, man, but the feds don't really operate on
allegedly, but
like allegedly, like, oh yeah, I seen somebody that did something the other day. They're like, nah, okay, but that ain't how the feds work.
sending well wishes to these guys. Don't ever want to see a nigga locked up.
Ever.
Oh no, I got you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, you better make me waste the tequila. Put it back up there.
Nah, that's my shot. It's
That's
the vodka.
absolutely not.
It's vodka.
That is unacceptable.
Okay, here. Let's fill it with some liquid.
Why don't you just pour some liquid in?
Shh.
You could have just.
Is cocktail caviar liquor?
No,
It's not.
it just help them float.
It's
And I think it kind of
Premium vodka. Premium vodka.
I think that's inside the balls. I don't think it's the.
You need a dab of this. Now you
A dab?
Put the rest in it. Ugh. Now it's a shot.
Say the hoes look swollen.
That's a shot. That is a shot. Now, if you're going to support my career, you know what I'm saying, my singing career, just let me know. Mixtape coming soon.
And 1, 2, 3.
Clean on the inside, cream on the inside. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Big drop. Let's do this. We'll be doing this shot too.
I don't know. I chose the last time.
Let's segue right into that next topic.
It's all good. We can take this shot to infinity and beyond then. I don't give a motherfucker. Let's do it.
Bud Light, you heard.
Them hoes look like extra like.
I guess, you know,
Mine don't look like that.
It's
it's the glass.
Yeah.
We ready? Let's do this one to infinity and beyond.
Just
Double tap.
Chad. I see it. That's why I move slow. What you doing?
I was cheersing.
No, I know. We ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it together.
Nah, he already took his. We already cheers twice.
No.
Twice.
Nah, we gotta do it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's hot.
Man.
It was quick.
Mama black, sister black, the auntie black. Red truck, blue truck, green truck, black Cadillac. We got an interesting scenario though. Because whereas the feds are and have indicted a few rappers, they've also apparently elected to decriminalize weed.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
On Friday. I think the vote was like 260 something to 164.
Yeah, it was a very, 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 very high vote. Only thing is,
Is it another vote?
yeah, I
after
think they
this?
got the Senate and the Republican hold the House. So the Republicans have to support it as well on that round, and it goes into effect. Crazy thing is, of course, that still doesn't change state law from a standpoint of what the state law is, which is actually ridiculous because you technically can't go to jail for a crime of having possession of weed on a federal level if that goes through, but you can have one on a state level, and these are the United States. So then, in that case, what does the federal level even regulate? Like, you don't get a Fed case because you traveling with weed, but you can't travel to these two counties either way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. But that's the world we potentially live in, man. Our world. This shit is just...
It gives people hope, I think.
Yeah.
It just gives people hope to what's going to be coming in the later years,
I
or
think it's
sooner
just
than that.
I think it's just all be a ploy to appease what's on the to-do list that make the government
It
back
be-
on the side?
The people?
It build up the hype.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, because
when like certain states you never think about legalizing weed before like other states. It's like, oh, you know, we on board and y'all niggas not. And you know why some states do it and why some states don't.
Right.
But
that's like the one of the topics on the last cast was the what was it, the under 2 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, they're starting to dismiss these cases, but you know they're still holding people accountable for certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a win-lose situation. You know, like it's beneficial to some people, but then at the same time, you know, we got people that are still suffering the ramifications of that past law or these things that have been in place for so long, you know? And it's just kind of like ludicrous in a sense of, oh, now you're going to fucking do something that should have been done how many years ago or how many decades ago. And it's been proven that, you know, even in the 60s with the tests of weed, and that it's not, you know, a large, or it's not seriously detrimental to your well-being compared to some of the other controlled substances that it was listed with. You know, you're gonna sit there and tell me that weed's the same as cocaine, and no, you need to put sugar up there then, if that's the case, because sugar is just as addictive
Well, you know,
as cocaine.
we already, you know, I think on I was on the other podcast we referenced like Henry Aslinger and you know, his work in making sure that we got illegal. Weed ain't even never been necessarily illegal for any of the reasons that other stuff is illegal, like in terms of harmfulness or anything like that. Just literally it wasn't a popular thing for a particular group of people that had the ear and the lawmakers being able to do that, you know, and it was racism that was associated with,
which still is a big part of everything that goes on to this day. As much as people say that, oh, we're in 2020, that's bullshit. That shit is still relevant. I don't care what anybody says. They be like, oh, well, they used to do this back in the day. They do that shit still to this day. It's 2020, and motherfuckers still getting fucked with. People still getting hung. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about it as much, but it happens, you know. Jasper, Texas, and growing up, that was a big hit to me growing up. You know, I know y'all remember that. And it was just like, wow, like this is what they tell you in school or, you know, on the TV of, you know, unity and all this other bullshit.
yeah, that dude that got hung a couple months ago by the fucking courthouse or city hall or whatever.
And what they labeled it as a suicide.
They labeled in all of them as
Right,
all of them.
right. It's just like, okay.
So you're getting what you getting. It's a bunch of crazy shit, you know?
Right.
It's crazy.
You would think about like a courthouse or like a city hall or whatever, like it would be like mad cameras, like all angles.
Unless somebody that's involved in those situations or the video is involved in a sense.
Because
that,
niggas ain't talking about that shit no more.
Right.
Or that one dude that committed suicide and rolled himself up in like the mat.
Yeah, you talking about the school?
Yeah.
They supposedly there was
They reopened the case, but I think they closed it again.
What?
I think so.
I thought it was like it was found out that there was like serious like they found out that it was a cop's son that was involved with it.
Yeah, no, that's what we found out, but I mean that's not like a prosecution or an active investigation going on.
So let me ask you a question then. Weed becomes legal in all states, right?
Right.
So is everybody prepared to pay for different prices when it comes to the taxation? Because you can go like say we can go to Vegas and we can pay over there. We can pay over there, but then we can go to Seattle and pay a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? Due to the location.
But the price and legalization wouldn't matter because at that point you wouldn't.
Is it really a difference like that though?
Like,
because when I look,
you would still have
on
a
like certain
where
apps before I go there,
you still got a
like
market where
the
people are
prices
selling it.
never
I
really
understand that, right?
look that different. Like it don't really look like it's like
Like
13 or 15 for
So,
the
like-
G, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
Fucking-
it's the percentage of the taxes
the
that they charge you
pre-rolled
on
and
though. Right, so everything could be a set price, base pay, at $10 a gram, but then they're gonna hit you at like Las Vegas at 15 or 17% taxation. Then you go to Seattle and they might only have like 10% or 5%.
well, that might change population migration from those people's standpoint, but you gonna have like. Do you think there's like less drug dealers in Las Vegas because there's like legalization of it?
No,
Because
no.
you know what I mean. It's
Not at
probably
all.
just you know what I mean a different like environment, of course, where
What-
you can go down the street and get some, but it's still going to be their same environment. The only difference is you're not putting someone in jail for simply having some shit
yeah,
Right.
that someone else is making a living off of
Yeah.
on TV or something like that, where
Yeah.
they're using the shit medically.
Right.
Like before I travel anywhere where I know like weed is legal, like I kind of look it up on like the apps and shit, and it's not really that much of a difference to.
I've talked to people that went to different states and been like, "Wow, this is a lot higher than it is over in this state."
I mean, it's
or
different
seen it
if you're
in
probably
different.
trying to get like a Canagar or some shit like that, where you paying a little bit more, where the taxes might be a little bit different. But if you like getting grams and like pre rolls and shit like that, it's not really like.
That's what I'm saying. There's a little premium that comes with, but in that same regard, I guess the premium you're paying for is
the
knowing
convenience?
that, knowing that what you're getting is what you're getting. You know, in the streets, you know, whatever you get is what motherfuckers say it is, and versus where you're getting, you can go get New York sour diesel specifically.
Yep.
You can go get, you know what I mean, Slurricane specifically. You can go get Runts specifically. You can go get blueberry sherbet or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. You can go get that.
Yep.
To the point where you can get that every time. So like me, I would love an environment where I could get the same strain. Like you know how it is, especially if you you know what I mean, if you ever dealt with it at all. You know, I ain't never dealt with it or nothing like that.
No idea.
Well, I mean, if you like in a
criminal
place where you got
purposes,
dispensaries and shit, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like
I've only
they
been to
deal
one
with
place
like
that has
certain
that.
grow houses and all that
Right,
shit
right,
to
right.
where
But I'm
like
saying
if
you
you
can
come
get-
across a strain that you
And
like,
certain strains are not in every state either, though.
yeah,
Right,
So
but I'm
there-
saying you can, but potentially that dispensary you can get that strain for like they don't like rotate out their strain. It's not like you go to a dispensary and then like, oh well, yeah, we had this time.
but sometimes it's
Right.
seasonal. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it's
Depends on
it
the
depends
farmer.
on- right,
Depends
that's
on
what
what
I'm
they
saying.
got going on.
It
If it's
depends
24/7, or do they have it, like you said, seasonal? It's outdoor grow, indoor grow.
No, I'm saying from a standpoint of they can keep like if they had New York sour diesel right and it was selling out, they could go get more of that same strain and then they would just keep that one stocked, and that could be part of their inventory. One of those.
Right.
Versus, you know, your local guy on the street, he might have a lot of different flavors and he always keeps them exotic. But do you smoke the same thing every time? Could you? See what I'm saying? If you wanted to, that's where you might have to.
Yeah, the convenience.
Yeah,
The convenience.
because you walk in there, you could indica, sativa, hybrid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want some flavor? Like, you could just really go in that bitch in the dispensary and do it like you do wine for real. Like,
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So you can, and like I said, in some
that
situations,
shit is so player, bro.
Right, down
Like,
to
every
the strain.
time.
Right,
you get
every
the-
I'm saying
the
down to the
menu and
strain,
shit,
right?
like-
Down to the strain, and like being able to like I'm saying if you wanted,
Bless you. Bless you.
shit, been having a sneeze for the longest, but down to the strain.
Yeah. Hey, every time I go to
Down to the
Vegas,
strain.
every time I go to
You can get
Vegas, I get
specific
the
as
golden
the-
ticket.
That's what I'm saying. To where you every time you go to Vegas, you can get this specific strain.
It just
where
sounds
they
like a
might
winner.
become-
Like,
Where they can become as somewhat of a staple potentially for a particular strain. Let's say they got some type of exclusivity, like Burner made cookies. Right? Let's say he do some deal with this particular big dispenser company that's like all up the West Coast, and they do a deal, and that's the only place you can get cookies. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's like
but
Moon
like,
Rock.
right. But let's say you want to smoke cookies, right?
Right.
Like, cause there's been strains that I'm pretty sure each one of us have tried in our younger years or something like that. That you've hit, you be like, damn, I wish I had some more of that. And next
I've
week,
heard people talk about that.
right,
And they be like, yeah, all the time.
Right, then the next time you hit your plug up, he ain't got that shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
He got some. He got this now, and that's cool. But I wanted that.
Right.
I wanted to smoke some more of that.
Right.
Picture being able to do that like all the time though. Like you could smoke this for a straight year. You could smoke. If that's like say you loved it like me, I think it's like I smoked some shit called Three Kings one time. Same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit was called Three Kings OG. Bro, that shit's on fire. It's like,
But
I
whenever
can't get no more than Three Kings. Like I want Three Kings, man. I want Three Kings. Like smoking on this is Three Kings. Like what's in your? I don't know. That's just Three Kings.
I don't ever really ask the name, but whenever you hit the dispensary, like you know the name because you picking it out, you get to see the percentage and shit. So that's when I go extreme, right there. When I know I can know the name and I see the percentage beside it. Like other than that, like if I'm at the crib, like if it's fired, and I don't really have to know. But the dispensary shit, like you kind of remember the name because you picking it out off the menu and all that shit. Like,
Right.
if I'm casually buying that shit, I'm not supposed to be like, hey, what is this or what is this? Because I really don't care.
Nah, I be looking up like when I got like New York. That was specific on my list. I wanted to see what that was like because that's one of my favorites of all time was that New York sour diesel. And just sour diesel in general, I like all strains of sour diesel. But yeah, like I'm saying, like me, sour diesel. If I could, you see what I'm saying? Picture me like a person like me, we they run in that same vein, like because they make different strains.
I mean, I remember
Let's say,
like names
like only OG, right?
Right.
And you can go get
OG's what?
OG, like let's say Cali OG, like the original OG. Cause OG Kush, you remember OG Kush when it was just OG Kush?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that back in high school.
Yeah. I mean, it's like certain shit that if I remember like the look, like purple or whatever that
Right,
shit
that's what I'm
was.
saying. Or even like perp. Let's say you want to smoke like only perp. Because perp has a particular smoke, particular
Taste.
Yeah.
particular look.
Just like a
smell,
wine or an alcohol or
Right, you know what I
a
mean?
rum, right?
So let's say you want to smoke perp,
Right.
right?
Right.
And you have that ability.
Right.
Right? That's a hell of a convenience.
Right.
And then also from the other side, like I said, it's a situation where you don't gotta now be like, oh, let me check on, you know what I mean, or I gotta hide this pack because I'm like, no, like so it make it where
The
it
convenience
makes
and
us-
the convenience, the non-stress about it,
Well, it
the
make it-
idea of that you can get what you want when you want.
Yeah.
And it
But
make it
I
a
don't really like
scenario where
having.
you can just have a more tax revenue too. And this is one for the feds in case y'all be watching, but just think about a scenario where you invite in a population of those same drug dealers to where they can pay taxes. Let's say they don't work for a dispensary, they're an independent contractor.
Or an investor. Like,
No, I'm just saying, let's say they call themselves independent contractors.
Right.
Let's make that a 1099 occupation, drug dealer.
Do it with everything else. They do it with woodwork. They do it with fucking carpentry. They do it with fucking
Make it a
alcohol.
1099 occupation.
I think they did it with like coal mining and like all
Claim
the
it on your
other
Schedule
shit.
C, you
Like,
feel me? claiming your schedule, see tax revenue versus
Yeah, because you don't think like
shit like that. You know, I had to buy 15 pounds. You know what I mean? I flipped those 15 pounds. I made whatever I made. Boom, boom, boom. Expenses, car travel, gas mileage, all of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Housing.
Right.
You know, distribution costs if you got other employees, labor. You know,
As long as you do everything the right way when it comes
I'm
to it,
saying, like,
it's
you know,
still you're still going to be making money.
Let's
in a
put it on the
situation.
books, man. Let's
In a
get
situation.
that shit all the way right. Let's
Yeah.
put
But,
it
you
on
know.
the book.
I'm definitely fit to start throwing some bread to the side for some land, my nigga, because a nigga got to get a couple acres for some weed shit.
No. If the feds is doing this at this point,
Yeah.
it's like imperative.
Yeah.
Like, I seen some shit though. Like right outside, it's like an hour outside of Dallas. Matter of fact, and they got acres going for like
2,500.
no, like 40. I think it was like 5 acres for like 44,000, something like that.
Oh, 5 acres.
Considerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can find this shit for real. You know, especially if you're talking about like when you're getting like a multi-person loan, makes it way easier to be able to get a lot more capital than you could buy a lot more. Pay on the shit, just pay it off. Fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's your land. Like, even if, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
you talking about like, do all that on legal survey, split it up, however you need to, all of that.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, no, that seems like the way to go right now for sure. Like, I mean, you seen Sean Cotton, he got 20 acres. I think he bought 20 acres just for that. You know
Do that brick dude?
Brick Manson.
Yeah.
I think he like a farmer now.
Yep. Are they like on the same shit and they just like splitting up the land, or is that like two different things?
I don't know what Brick doing. I think Brick
Because they both be looking like they on like a
Yeah.
large. He doing cattle.
Yeah, he
like-
doing cattle, but Brick, you know what I'm saying, Brick is like his own independent dude from.
But I know they was cool though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, he might have put him on to it or something like that. Like I said, like I don't know what the circumstances of them is. I wouldn't even speculate because they don't be together. You know what I mean? Like,
With the timing
there'll
of
be a
it, it's
connection.
kind of like parallel to where like both of y'all got like land at the same time, and like you done interviewed this dude, like y'all cool, like throwing shows and parties and shit. Like it wouldn't be odd for them niggas to do business together.
Right. No, I feel it. I really do. Like shit, that shit could be.
Cause that nigga Brick really be giving up like the game on like how to do like some cattle shit. Like if you watch his Instagram story, I be like, bro, like you went from throwing the currency shows and like that nigga could throw a show like a motherfucker, bro.
Nah, Brick. What we call Bricks block parties.
Yep.
Bricks and block parties. And yeah, he used to have that shit. Yeah. No, he probably still will. Like I doubt he stopped doing that shit. And he just got a cattle farm now. Like
No, I think he pretty much done with the shows. Like
he might throw it in. Some you never know.
he might.
Probably do. Like,
promoters probably
'cause
like
he's still-
rappers when you can come
right,
back.
You know what I'm
and,
saying? Like you gotta remember that we in a pandemic too. So a lot of shit like that motherfuckers been doing or something like that.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, ain't even like optional. So like, let's say you let a currency show, right? Currency been dropped. I know at least one project that he done dropped since the pandemic. You know what I mean? So you talking about like,
Yeah.
when you see what I'm saying? Like it's a
like
bunch of artists and
a
shit.
month or two ago.
Right, because you be seeing that shit on Twitter all the time. You know what I mean? Where they be talking about how, you know, there's a lot of these songs that you never got the club experience for real. Like,
Yeah,
for
it's a
instance,
whole different vibe, bro.
WAP, right? Never got the strip club. Never got the club. You know what I mean? You never even got like the family event or the mixer.
The
Oh,
reunion.
nigga.
Right, like
Yeah.
you never got any
We was-
vibes.
We was talking about the strip club earlier, like in that bitch when we was going, like the rich homie Quan and like Young Thug combo.
right.
Man,
Right. So I'm just saying, like,
Hit the Quan.
WAP, I'm saying because
Bruh.
of the circumstances, WAP will probably go down as one of the songs. Like, if a motherfucker play it, you gonna remember it. It's gonna be a bop, right? When it could have been like a staple for all time. You see what I'm saying? Like, Picture the impact if Cardi and Meg can go on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Like
You
they
got stadiums singing this
drop
shit. Like,
WAP, right? They start blowing up how they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they announce double tour. Meg and Cardi. Now Meg and Cardi is on tour and we going world tour. We doing these in the States, all arenas, of course. All arenas. We doing these in the States. We doing these in the Philippines. We doing these in England. We doing these in Moscow. We doing these in
Brazil.
You know
all
what I mean?
the Latin areas.
Right, you feel me?
yeah, because you know Cardi gonna cross over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Picture the impact of WAP.
Which is still one of those things due to the pandemic period, because everybody will remember even more so.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
but I
people will
understand
remember
I
it,
understand what you're saying from
but
a
it ain't gonna
monetary
be the same.
state.
It ain't gonna, no, I'm not even talking about from a monetary standpoint. I'm saying the same impact. Like, you wasn't on the block when somebody was riding down the street and got a chance to play WAP and pull the. You see what I'm saying? Like when they was just acting crazy in the spot. You feel me? Or when they was
Like how it used to
whatever.
be.
Right. Or right. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when it just came on, could have been a kickback. Right. You feel me? Like,
Bro.
like it could be a kickback. That song just come on where it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like back that ass up has that connotation because of that particular
Right.
type of vibe, and it was on there. And chicks is definitely fuck with it, but you don't hear about WAP as much. No. Like you see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
we
like
talk about
Fate.
like a trans. We talk about a song that could have been transgenerational.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Because
probably
it
still
wasn't
gonna
like-
be that, but it's not gonna
It's
be.
not gonna hit the same because it didn't get
Niggas
the
was making
hit.
TikToks to it instead
Right, you see what I'm
of
saying?
having real life experiences.
Right.
with-
Right, you see what I'm saying? They was in
Instead
the
of
house.
having the real life experience
Right.
and the TikTok,
Right.
like you was just doing the dance and
TikTok.
the.
So it's just a song that came out. It's like, you see what I'm saying? Like Meg Thee Stallion's unfortunateness is
Yeah.
like, that shit would have put her
Like back that ass up, like I got like so many memories with that hoe.
Bro.
Cause like I can remember my mom like and my dad like they invested in like a club or whatever. So like on the weekends they wouldn't be at the crib. So she knew that I like Cash Money because they would buy all the Cash Money shit for me, and that was pretty much the beginning. So like y'all buying me like the first couple CDs, and then she was like, "Man, we was in a club and I heard the unedited version of that song that you like," and I was like, "You bought me the CD already, bro." Like, I'm listening to that bitch every day, like.
But shit crazy.
Yeah.
No, that shit was like that. That's what I'm saying. Like from that's what I'm saying. Like it don't gotta
Niggas
be
are still saying 99 to 2000.
right. That's
to
what I'm
this
saying. Like
day,
to this
like-
day, like you go to the club, like that's like you know, you get throwing like a twerk, like say you get into your like you in a club and DJ he in his mix.
Mhm.
He might not even play the song. He just gonna do the drop just to get you hyped, just to hey, see how people, you know what I mean. But that's gonna be in the mix. Like if you a DJ even in 2020 and you don't got back that ass up in your motherfucking playlist, and you talk about being in an urban environment, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like it just like you know what I mean. Like
Cause this bitch might be dead for a minute, and you trying to figure out where everybody at, and you could drop this bitch, and it don't matter how old a nigga is.
daiquiri shop. It don't,
Soon as that doom.
Everybody know that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm saying like it's transgenerational from the standpoint. I'm saying like you gotta remember, like you gotta realize, like you know
That bitch
I'm in
is
my
like the
30s
electric
now.
slide of
right,
hip hop.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm in my 30s. You got 18-year-olds that know that song. You got 17-year-olds that know that song. You got 14, 15, 13, 12. It don't matter that age, cause that's getting played at the barbecue. That's getting played in the club. That's getting played everywhere that songs get played.
Niggas grannies know.
That's why it's so crazy that them niggas are not even rich. Right, that's what I'm saying. Your grandma know that song. Like, that's why it's so crazy that, like, people like Juvenile, them niggas ain't, like, super rich. Like, they made, like, songs that, like, literally been around for, like, 30, 40 years type of shit. Because at this point, well, we in 99, so, yeah,
Bro.
20 years in right now.
Just imagine being at the age where bitches
definitely
could
gonna
back that ass up when that man, bro, if that hoe would have came on.
That's what I'm saying. That was Uncle Luke vibes, guaranteed.
Bruh.
They went crazy for that shit. Like, picture being in a house party and back that ass come up.
Nigga, we didn't have house parties like that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like the shit that they was
Picture being
doing with
in
that
a
shit.
house party in that era, in the 99 to 2000.
Be like having WAP and like a Freaknik.
Right, you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, picture having
They used to bring some
like
shit
in
like
that
that
era,
back,
like,
bro. Like,
where it's like that chick, you know, you at the house
niggas
party.
can
that
still
chick
swing
that's
up
been
and down
over
the
there,
seawall, my
she's been
nigga.
like
Like,
smoking with you or whatever.
We did
Y'all
it.
been talking and shit. She been vibing, and then that song come on. You ain't even gotta ask her to dance. She finna start dancing on you, right? Cause you know what I'm talking about. You in a house party, you just blowing one. She smoking with you, she telling you about what she believe in astrology and all that crazy shit. It's like, yeah, she finna go crazy. Like, you feel me? Like, that shit's really crazy. Like, that we living in this environment. But hopefully, you know.
is that one of your Twitter topics?
Well, you know, I got a few, man.
The chicks claiming that they put dudes on astrology and like spiritual shit. What?
No. I got a few, man.
Bro,
You know,
What?
I got
I don't
a
know.
few.
Yeah.
No, I got a few, man. Just one, man. First one, my biggest one that I've been like peeping. No matter the scenario, for some reason, you get a black woman versus black man, like subject line. Like, no matter the circumstances of whatever it is, and
They gonna always collide, bro.
like for some reason, it's
Yep.
like the most ridiculous concept.
PS5s to fucking
I'm saying, that's that.
Do a nigga
that's,
do-
That's actually one of them. Like, buy your man a PS5 or niggas playing.
do
a
you go
PS5.
half on dates or do he spend or do you spend? Like, it's always like some bullshit. Like,
Bro, be wild. Like, PS5 has been rampant, of course, with the release of them and shit like that. So, been getting a whole bunch of talk about that and how niggas ain't worth this and ain't worth that, and you getting the dudes just talking about, you know, value and shit like that. And then, you know, it's just been a real crazy week, actually, just a bunch of different topics. Even anything from, you know, you got Lil Baby, just had his birthday, and you know, he's got his girl that bought him, you know, a $200,000 petite, apparently, or some type of watch or some shit. I know, it was Richard Mille. That's what it was, Richard Mille. And you know, from there, you know, you're gonna get this is, you know, how you supposed to treat your man. You niggas ain't worth that, and y'all don't do right. This is such a never ending cycle, man. I'm just like, when the fuck we gonna cut this shit out and just make it individual? Like, first off, Twitter topic of the week is social agreements. The first, because this is what I was noticing with all that.
that's a tough one.
You get a lot of situations, especially on Twitter, like, why do people even put their relationship topics, like,
Anywhere.
anywhere? Like, your preference is your preference, right?
Because they want validation. That's why people do it. Because they want to feel like whatever that they're speaking about is valid to what they're speaking about. They want to make sure, like, oh, okay, well, I feel that my man's not worth shit. Da 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 da. So I want you, and you to agree with me.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then I'll quietly back the fuck away, and then I won't say nothing until I come up with another topic that's gonna set the trend.
But niggas don't know that that's not how you set trends.
Right.
But if you not like working the same angle or the same avenue for a certain amount of time, like, that shit ain't gonna never like blow. It's pretty rare that you get some shit that's gonna go viral that was like a first time thing. Like,
Right.
it's never that. Like, it's always like, hey, this person did this TikTok first,
Right.
but like 5 or 6 niggas later, they did it with the perfect lighting and all the other shit that makes the ambiance go off.
Right.
And
It makes
now
that makes it a viral moment.
So you don't even have to originate some shit for it to even be in that atmosphere. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't think I know is the environment that social media has created just in general. Just it's just a very weird place. Like, you know, just from even like something like being a TikToker, not being a TikToker, or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, you know, it's a whole bunch of like people trying to, like, see, as you say, seek validation.
Is it vital to be a part of social media in everyday's life now?
it's not, because
It's not vital if you're a regular person. Like, I feel like the only thing that social media made more prevalent or made more applicable is the ability to be able to connect with somebody that's not in your complete vicinity. Cause like
everybody's in the same place.
you got people, you know, like you talking about making friends. Something you go to Deep Ellum, you can find a group of people you like, something like that, and then you just work your way from there.
I realized that shit on MySpace, bro. Like, when I first got on MySpace and a nigga was like chopping it up with like niggas from New York and niggas from California and niggas from like different places.
Right.
It's like,
where it's like, what? This shit
I don't know
crazy.
how I'm friends with you, bro, but like,
We just friends.
we having like random conversations about like different shit, and it's like, oh shit, like
right.
different
perspective.
chat rooms and shit when we was in like 6th and 7th grade and shit, like.
We just like getting a different perspective, so that's the only thing that.
But it's like
social media
way weirder than that now, and for it to be weirder than it was back then, it's like,
Cause now it's to the point where
you niggas is too old for this. Some of the shit that you doing.
now it's to the point where, you know, they got to do something that if they not doing it this way, then they'll kill themselves. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers kill themselves off of social media. Like, we got to that point where motherfuckers will kill themselves because of social media.
But they don't be understanding that niggas be having like 50,000, 100,000, 250,000 followers and don't have no money. Like,
No bread.
niggas don't know how to. Niggas can get all the followers they want doing funny shit, but niggas don't know how to maximize like endorsements or niggas that might reach out to them and all this shit. So,
No.
and some of them niggas is telling you today, like some of the Instagrammers and the fucking YouTubers and shit, like, nigga, we don't know what to do, or we didn't know what to do with this shit. Like,
At that time, yeah.
yeah.
No, that's a very unfortunate circumstance, but it is a circumstance.
Because with the shit, like, it's all about perception, and then with it, like you were saying, with it being like the divide or whatever between the community online, like you gotta filter that shit in too. You have to watch The Social Dilemma.
I'm aware that you keep telling me to
Nigga, he's watched it. I've been saying this shit for like 6 weeks.
But it's definitely on point. Perfect example.
No, it's not a social dilemma.
No. What you're
Just going
doing,
back
that's an
to-
example of what they talk about. That's exactly what I'm talking.
Just
What he
going-
talked about is what they're talking
Just
about.
going
on
back
there.
to the content, so when put it up on the screen, you'll be able to refer to it. But the other topic that I had, I don't know if you've seen, but Ashanti and Keisha Cole.
That's a tough one for me, man.
Now, of course, it's happening on Instagram, but it get popping on Twitter. That's where shit get popping, and then you go from there.
Have y'all watched the Versus on Apple TV yet? It's way better.
Why?
Like Instagram, they have the lag because once a certain amount of people get on there, like you got 2 lives going. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a lot of followers and you got a nigga that join your live anyway, that shit gonna lag and it's gonna have like the fucking shit where it don't look professional at all. And then when you got like 1 million niggas on that bitch, it don't really work, period, because everybody is like weighing this shit down and all that. Yeah. But Apple TV, like that shit smooth. They show like the tweets and like everything like live. You can watch it on your TV and it look regular size. Like when you like live stream from your phone, like how you got like the borders on the outside of the shit right there. Like it's like regular screen, like
full size.
Yeah. You showing it from your phone, so it's not going to... You got to watch the verses on the Apple shit, bro. And Apple, y'all niggas is going to have to cut the check for this shit.
Like that?
Yeah. But, like, how it looks... Like, it's like mad HD.
4K. 8K.
I'm not gonna ask that on mic. See, I was about to ask what one of them hoes was. But.
See how mine look mad HD?
Mm-hmm. It was so HD, I was supposed to ask what one of them searches was, but...
Let me see what it was.
I was like, man, I ain't heard of that one. Let me...
Which one was it?
Huh?
Which one was it?
What?
Nah, it wasn't under mine.
Nah. It was something else. I'll look it up on my own. Is it like a site or is it like a clothing? Like,
we'll have to see. No clue. You know, no clue what he talking about. I can neither confirm nor deny. I had no sexual relations.
I don't know if I'm gonna pull that back up like that again.
he was like, damn it, man.
It don't look HD no more.
This nigga think he funny. Fuck this nigga.
We'll see on the court. All right.
I can't wait for the report back.
All right. He gonna come up with some kind of excuse because he find them bitches all the time. Oh, he fine.
That nigga come back to the podcast on crutches like a motherfucker. Like,
man, I told you to give me 2 weeks to get ready, and you gave me 2 hours, and I wasn't ready.
Brother, we ain't even gotta wait till Saturday. We could do it tomorrow. Look, this is the thing.
He's busy.
I got access
he's
to
busy with alliances.
Private back.
He's busy with alliances.
I got
the Deadly Alliance.
I got access to a private basketball.
About Marvel and DC together.
Right.
So whenever we want to go, just let me know. We can go to a private basketball court.
You ain't never seen Batman and Iron Man in the same place.
Private either. Why gotta be private?
Because
you don't want somebody to see you get your ass beat.
Professional air conditioning.
This nigga said professional.
Court.
And that improves your game.
Oh no! Well, I'm just saying this is for you. These are the accommodations.
I didn't ask for these accommodations. You're the one that's stating these accommodations.
I mean, Monday I could do. You know what I'm saying?
We can go to the park for what I'm gonna do to you. Now it's gonna be embarrassing, but you know, you keep asking for it, so now you gotta get it.
I've been asking for a run too, but you've been fucking sidelining on that hoe for the past month.
I tried to spare him.
This nigga always got an excuse, but never a solution.
I tried to spare him, y'all. Now he gotta get embarrassed. And like Drago, I must break you.
And you saw what happened to him at the end, didn't you?
I must believe you.
And you saw what happened to him at the end, didn't you?
This ain't boxing.
Right.
said
So why are
light.
you referring to him then?
I said like
Is that some Rocky shit?
Right. It's not boxing, but you keep referring to it as boxing.
Because
What?
you-
Because
you are the
trash.
challenger.
There is no challenge. I've been talking about this for a while.
He's an ain't a maniac. Don't worry about him, people.
You know they brought that shit back, right?
Ain't
Yep.
a maniac.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet. I'm scared, but they might fuck my childhood up.
No, I don't want to watch it. They'll probably have like somewhere like one of the Animaniacs is gay, and he don't know how to deal with his feelings, and some wild ass shit like that. But it's like it's the Animaniacs. How's they even talking about relationships in this shit? Like that's how they be down the cartoon. Yeah, I said
He created another opportunity for himself.
That's why. Yeah, I said it.
Completely lost.
Totally insane Animaniacs.
I get where he coming from, but
Don't go back. They call me Big Dog.
yeah, I
They
mean,
call me Big Dog.
if you think about it, like back in the day, like it was probably one of them that was like just like a lot of the cartoons,
Look questionable.
like now they put it out there where it's like kids getting raised by two dads on the cartoon and shit. Like,
Well, I say you're gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna have where we're talking about. I feel like I just want to see some zany actions. You know, see some zaniness. Zany.
the fuck is that?
Oh no, that's
The Miami Hurricanes, and then nigga was like,
that's not the last topic. I was just doing that. My bad. But no, we got
that nigga was hitting that hoe.
I do got one more topic. And it goes back to the rappers and whatnot. But Asia the Brat. King Von's girlfriend. Unfortunately slain not too long ago. R.I.P. to King Von. But in my opinion, she hasn't been taking it very well. But from a mourning standpoint, she's just been very outlandish in some of her actions, and some very outspoken in others. And some people are starting to take that a certain way, and then comment on it to the point that she said that she feels that she isn't being supported in the same way that Vanessa Bryant was.
Time out.
Asian the Brat said that she feel like we're not treating her like when Kobe's wife died. That's what she said. That's not like that's what she said.
Bro, I'm so glad I did not wear the Kobe jersey today. Because I got a Kobe jersey recently, and I was like, man, I'm supposed to pull this hoe out on one of the podcasts. But it was like cold, but it wasn't too cold. Like, it's not that time.
No, motherfucker cold outside now. Though.
It's the year, but it's not that time, bro. Like, not saying that. Well, with what she says, she's trying to put King Von up there with Kobe, but like to even be like put up there, you got to be. You got to have years in the game. You got to have influence. You got to have. If you want to be considered the Kobe of anything, like that would kind of be considered like the Jordan of certain shit. Like
No,
You would have to be up there with like Derek Jeter or like in other sports where like niggas did like legendary shit where you like monumental. Like King Von, he was at the beginning of some shit where he was building up towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, she's been kind of milking the situation. Like saying she spoke with him before he died and all that, and then it came out and it was like spiritual advisors and all that shit. Like,
she's been definitely. I would say she's been more active in the media. Whether I don't know if that's
and she too talented for that shit, bro.
I don't know if it's the media reporting on her more, or she's just acting different. I don't know if that's her process of grieving or what, but I will say I have seen. Now I will say there's articles. Like the Shade Room said that she said that that's not true, and it was reported by another faction. I was trying to find the reporting group. It was other people that had said that, as far as like the reporting forums and stuff like that do those type of things. But that was one of the reports, and then of course. She was saying it's not true and this thing, but she has had, like you say, in the past. Well, I don't know if it's grieving or not. You know what I mean? That's why I don't really know how to feel about it. Cause maybe she acting out. Cause
you never know how somebody might take some shit to where.
And then she young. So you never know how motherfucker react. Like let's say somebody you thought you was finna spend the rest of your life with, right? And then boom, you young. And now you gotta live with that person being dead. You see what I'm saying?
For the rest of your life.
And it ain't no telling like what like type of shit she done experienced before. Cause like niggas think of Chicago, but certain people might not think of like Dallas in the same way. So they might not think that she might not have experienced no loss like that before, but she might have. You know what I'm saying? You don't never know what somebody done went through. But online, people might see her like going through some shit a certain way and they life is cool.
Relationship loss is different from most loss because like let's say God forbid your mom or your dad, right? We all know they gotta pass at one point. The normal expectancy within how we've come to understand the life structure and cycle is that your mom and them will pass at one point, and that's something that everybody knows to expect. You don't expect somebody you was just like King Von was like what, like 26, 27?
Yeah, 25, 26, I think.
You see what I'm saying? Like Asian dog about the same, right? So you see what I'm saying? These ain't no like 40-year-old. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like you even like
you had some time with them,
right? Like, and so that's somebody that you was planning on making your whole future with. Where y'all had started becoming like a media couple.
But I don't think they was together at the time that he died though. Like I don't think they had been together for a while after. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they ever broke up. I don't know. I don't really know the specifics on that. I just know it was like
I think it like
Twitter topic as to whether or not she was grieving.
Yeah, I don't think they was like dating for a good minute before he died. Like, so for him to like die or be dying and reach out to her, like, it would be questionable. And then when you hear like it was from like a spiritual advisor or some shit like that, it's like,
I mean,
everybody go through that shit.
Maybe she's psychic. Maybe maybe she believe in magic. Maybe she, I don't know.
I mean, I never went to anybody that could do no shit like that, so I'm not gonna say it's like real or fake or like bullshit or no shit like that. But I ain't gonna make a joke of it. But like, he didn't physically call you.
It wasn't like as it was portrayed as.
Yeah.
As
you made it seem like, hey, he told me this. Like, no, he didn't. Like, he went to this person and this person translated this shit to you. Like, it's not the same as, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Chad, a nigga done shot me in the leg, bro. they told me it hit an artery. I might not make it. I want to hit you up to be like,
Right. And then
I'm telling you that personally.
Right.
It's not a person saying like or whatever they do to like conjure
Ghost.
up the shit.
It's like the movie Ghost.
Right. She's saying she was on like basically on the scene, like she was a part of the actual deal.
The last moments.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
but
saying. So that's what
like
I'm saying. People feel
Vaughn manager let it be known
she
with
milking
academics that she wasn't there and where she got the information from, like, and then right after that she deleted her shit, her socials, and then came back like a little bit later. Like,
crazy situation.
yeah.
So you got a situation where you got another artist death, just like the Mo3 situation, where now you getting all these other contingencies, what I would call them, but you're getting situations where you got the Asian and Brett Dolls. I don't know if you've seen a new video, but she's on some other, what I mean, with that video was just odd to see. She was like trying to look like King Von or something like that. I don't know. Like people take grief different ways, so I feel like it's turning into more of an obsession than just normal grief, because I guess you got celebrity dude, and maybe this dude was the guy of her dreams. You know what I mean? I don't know. We don't know. But I just know that it's been like real funny on the media as far as like how they're making jokes about it. And just me personally, with somebody grief, I just feel like there's no right or wrong way that a person grieves. So it's just an odd situation for me, because it's just like, regardless of whatever she's doing, odd or not in the media, it's still just her situation. Because again, not many people, like, that's an actual rarity, you know what I mean? To lose somebody like that you date, especially when you're in once again in ages where people don't just die unless they're into some shit like unless they're into some shit like the streets or something like that. It's just a very not normal thing.
You gonna pour some liquor in there too, right?
Hey bro, wait. So you just gonna act like you just gonna do shots for this all the time?
No, I like the way it tastes.
That's what. Then go ahead and knock that out
But,
so we can do some liquor.
While you, yeah, but while you pouring that up, are you gonna pour some liquor?
No, don't knock that out so we can do a liquor.
I mean,
shot.
This is the last shot?
Yeah, it's the last shot. You playing?
Okay. Well, let me take this and then I'll take the last shot.
That's what I'm saying. We wait. But no, you got a bunch of different scenarios where a person might react a certain way, and some of them are valid, some of them aren't. But however a person feel, because you never know, especially with the circumstances that they will be dealt with, is just not the same as the normality. Like, that's an actual anomaly. We think about people that lose their mate for whatever reason. You got people that die of cancer or whatever, but that shit is extra traumatic.
Nope.
No.
Party foul, nigga. Like,
I'm finishing off my drink.
nah,
Pour that
that's a
back in
whole
the
different
glass.
ball game, bro. Like,
Pour it back in the glass.
hell no.
Thank you.
Yeah. For the last couple of weeks, nigga, I was like Ben Gordon with the shots, bro.
I'm more of a Derrick Rose.
Yes, nigga. Like, Klay Thompson, fucking
I was there then. I wasn't.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, y'all been going hard.
Not like you, but it's all good.
It was not by choice.
Moral to the story,
Peer pressure.
though,
Peer pressure.
especially with the Asian and Brat situation, I just feel like People are very insensitive.
He snuck it.
No. I poured it back in there. I drank it. It's on camera.
Oh.
And there was leftover
People
residue.
are very insensitive. That's my moral to the story.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Comedian
Every day.
Gayho.
Yeah, let me get some of that hoe too, please.
They had 3 amigos. Which one we did Woodford?
Nah.
I ain't doing that hoe. I'm sorry, that bitch was strong for me.
This is a heavy ass bottle, bro. Like, yeah.
Nigga talk shit and then karma's a bitch on your ass, huh?
That shit made me mad. Drop some of my goddamn 3 amigos.
You in that badass beers on.
earlier.
Nah, the damn top came off. I was holding it right here. The top came off like that. It's a damn shit. That's what I said. When motherfucker hit you in the head with that bitch, it's over with. Put top back on it.
You ever smashed a chick and she squirted? Like,
Yeah, of course. And it be like that.
huh?
That's how it was.
I was just asking, like. That nigga was like, you can. Like, nah.
Where's the top? I just want the top to be back on that big ass fan of liquor. Can't believe I just had the fucking one of the episode. Well, R.I.P. to King Von. Hope Asian the dog get the help.
What?
Bro.
That's 2
Oh my
on the
God,
way out.
nigga.
On the way out.
That was.
You want to edit that?
Nope.
We can cut it out, bro.
I'm gonna cut it out. It don't
Yes.
matter. It's gonna happen.
You got to remember to listen to the end, though, bro. Like, because sometimes
It's
you.
gonna show
Yeah.
you like.
No, if you don't, I mean, if he don't, then I can bleep it out. But I got to remember to listen to the end.
I can't believe I said that. I wasn't even trying to.
Bro,
It's just like
it was a B
happened.
word, I guess. I don't know. That
I don't know,
nigga
it
said-
just happened. I don't know. I can't believe I said that. I know exactly. It wasn't like I didn't say it. I said it. You know,
Bro.
I said it. It was true. I said it.
As soon as you said it, I was like, did he say that? Like, you heard him, right?
Yes. The world heard him.
So Asian the dog,
Bro.
and
That wasn't even brats. It was like.
This nigga right here, man. I swear.
but yeah, bro. So
Bring out the torches. Bring out the. Bro, that nigga said a word that haven't been said since 1993, my nigga.
where did that even come from?
Consciously.
I've never said that
I
ever.
don't even think Al Bundy said that, bro.
I never called it.
Bro. Oh no, big timers, my nigga. Fucking.
The Dame.
I think them niggas said that shit a couple times. Oh my god, that is the funniest shit.
I'm so disappointed.
We got our first bleeps. Bleep. Bleep bloop.
Man, shit been
Bleep,
crazy,
bloop.
bro. But R.I.P. to King Von, and I hope Asian the dog get the help that she
61.
need.
I gotta go back 6
I hope
months, at
I
least.
hope she's doing what she need to do. I hope a lot of these artists that's dealing with these incarcerations and these deaths get it right. I hope they get some representation that works it out for them. You know what I mean? It's been a real crazy week for sure for me. I would say not well for me, for other reasons, but for other people it's been crazy. It's cause I'm just wild. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What you talking about? Excuse me, Morris Chestnut. Let's do this.
Who the fuck is Morris Chestnut?
Actor.
I know who.
From the brothers?
That is the fucking.
Boy got on that. That's smooth. Let's do it.
Or it could be from fucking Best Man Holiday.
Either one. You look very reputable in that.
When he was the football player and shit, he was balling. Like,
She put baby oil on the floor and she whipped his ass with the belt.
Oh damn.
That's like a.
He was in the shower and she was like, and then they got in the shower. She was pop, like whipping the belt.
was that a Tyler Perry movie or? I don't know. That might have been two could play that game. No. That was I don't think that was Morris Chestnut, bro. I think that was somebody
Shut up,
else.
Smokey. You're not in the movie.
I was like, damn, Morris ain't never went out like that. He was always a little extra player, bro. Like, I think that was somebody else.
Shut up, Smokey.
But I think that was a fucking Tyler Perry movie.
But man, in summation, and shout out to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It's in that discography that Kendrick Lamar should be a part of. As we proceed, give you what you need. This is episode 21. I know I'm dropping bombs on the way out. That's like
I don't
okay,
know.
like
Yeah. I might disagree, but
you know what I
I
mean.
don't even think Kendrick is
Episode
the best.
21. I'm
Who is
Rick
that?
Code.
Who is that?
I'm Rick Code.
I don't even think Kendrick is like.
I got so many cuts to do with this shit. It's gonna be so.
No, nigga, you. I ain't know we could do that.
I'm cutting out.
No.
That was just a person. You wildin',
You think J Rock is better than Kendrick?
I said Kendrick.
You think Kendrick is better than J Rock? You think Kendrick is better than Schoolboy?
I don't think he better than Isaiah Rashad.
Bro.
Hold on, wait. Cause you keep fucking up my toast. Hold on, wait. So
Is Jay Mills better than Lil Wayne?
wow, wow, you went real way off the bat with that one.
Nigga, you wouldn't answer none of the other questions.
said-
I'm like, nigga.
I said yes.
So you think Kendrick is better than J Rock?
What? Yes. I'm still.
You think better than Ab-Soul?
No.
Better than Schoolboy?
Yes.
Bro, so you have Kendrick Lamar as number 2
So much.
on the TDE roster.
Yes.
I thought I knew you. I got him as like number 3 or 4.
No. He's the reason why the TDA roster is even relevant. He is. He is.
Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, and
Did
J
not make
Rock
the TDE
all
roster pop.
put better projects together than
J Rock came out before TDE
every
even
project
existed.
they put together is better than the Kendrick.
Everything that TDE, everything that TDE been able to accomplish was based on the fact that TDE signed the Top Dog Entertainment. Schoolboy Q was not with TDE. Schoolboy Q was over there with A$AP Rocky and them before. J Rock was not with TDE. J Rock was a whole artist before he had an accident and ended up getting with TDE. They had SZA and fucking Kendrick. everybody that you even talking about is only even relevant to the scenario because of how big Kendrick was. Kendrick was so big that he motherfucking made it able for them to do something.
So you can sit here and say that Kendrick makes better projects than Schoolboy Q, Absol, and J-Rock.
Oh, crap.
He don't make better projects than Reason, bro. Like,